Right, legends, I clicked the Streameruniente button. We are live and ready to rock and roll. Bitcoin's pumping. We love to see Bitcoin on the pump. I actually put a pump on my freaking goddamn Twitter to announce the pump to the crypto community. But look, really good, guys. We're going to go into the Bitcoin price. We're going to speak about everything you need to know. We're going to go through the long-term, medium-term, short-term. I'm back now. No jet lag. I'm back in the game. I feel good, fresh, and ready for the charts. The last stream I was freaking jet lagged and fucked up. We've got Viking with me today. Will, Lord Dumpu, hasn't been able to make it today. He's busy doing some stuff. So we've got the Viking in the building. How are you, brother? How's it cracking out there?
Yo, what is good, sir?
How's the stream looking? All good on your end?
Yeah, YouTube looks good. It's up.
Let's do it, brother. All right, man. Let's get into the charts. So first things first, guys. I want to mention something on the Bitcoin weekly chart. So, look, price action is a breakout of this descending sloping formation. We've broken out like we predicted multiple times on this channel. We were saying, I think, more probable to go to the upside. But the stochastic RSI, guys, is actually beginning to coil round from oversold now. The reason this is important, guys, is I've been looking at the stochastic RSI for many, many years on different time frames. I look at it on the 4-hour, I look at it on the 12-hour, the daily, all the way down to the hourly sometimes. And the stochastic RSI is a more exponential variant of the RSI. And I've been using this since the beginning of my fucking trading career, actually. Very, very early on. Let me just get rid of this noise. I'm getting blasted by messages on our VIP Discord. But yeah, so the stochastic RSI is looking very promising because, in history, from my experience of using it, because it has an exponential variant, you don't usually spend too much time in significantly overbought or significantly oversold with having a snapback to the mean or to the medium of the actually indicator, the oscillator itself. So it's actually pretty good, guys, to see that we're actually oversold here on Bitcoin. So I'm saying good in terms of good for the bulls, for the upside, for all you hodlers out there. To see Bitcoin at this high a price and stochastic RSI be oversold, calling around here, is a good sign that Bitcoin could potentially be looking for some sort of bullish formation or pattern and then continuing higher. Might take another month, but overall, we're looking pretty good. Also, the MDX oscillator collection has come down to the mid zone as well, and you usually do get movements off the mid zone, either with or against the. So when the oscillator comes into the midline between the TDI, you can see it usually has bounces to the opposite direction. So another good sign, guys, we could get a bounce here, which means the momentum will be shifting and continuing up. And legends, that's what we're exactly getting. And that's what we predicted. Let me just quickly show you. Obviously, look, fucking use, guys. That was a great fight. Not going to go into it now, different fucking video, but what a fight. God damn it, loving it. And I was saying, guys, multiple times that I do think that my hunch is this. This is in my VIP group, guys. Just want to mention this. I was saying that from around $60,800, I was saying, I do think there's a good long here, 1% stops under the last wick. It might be hunted a few times, whatever. We didn't get hunted. It was just one of those easy fucking longs. Like sometimes, guys, you just get easy longs. Like I was expecting to maybe get hunted, few wicks down, stop out, get back into position, But actually, guys, this long fucking, sometimes you just get an easy long. That's what this game is all about. And then if we lose that level, we go down. But my hunch that we hold, and that was in my VIP group, guys, explaining to the community what my positioning is, and that's what we got, guys. So if you go down to a lower time frame, so that's kind of a little bit of a higher time frame, you can see legends that we did have that basing off here. Just to go a little bit hindsighty on you, obviously on this channel we don't do too much in hindsight. We try and look to the future and what's going on, but this level in hindsight, guys, it's just that being an absolute monster buy zone. I've been saying, guys, $61,100 is the line in the sand. And this yellow line has been drawn since here, guys. This wasn't drawn as it was going along. This line has been here the whole fucking time. Every single time we've come to it in terms of this support region, it's been bounced off with a significant amount of buyers stepping in. And now the buyers have stepped in to a degree that they've broken that prior high, got above trend. So it's all looking pretty good, guys, for continuation here. And I do think that it could go as high as the top side of the all-time high. Likely going to get something on the all-time high, maybe even come back into here, then, washy-wishy, whatever. We don't know. But, guys, looking at this right now, it's a very, very good move. It could come as high as the all-time high. I don't think on this move we go any higher than the all-time high. I think it's between here and here. We're going to get some sort of stop-off, likely in here, or the high price itself. Maybe here goes back in and into there. Then we could break the trend. You never know. And then come back down a little bit, make a higher low from there. Who knows, guys? We can't predict into multiple hours or days into the future. All we're doing is, guys, we take the price action, we look at it day to day, we look at it hour to hour, and we do what we got to do. These levels, guys, are the ones we're looking for resistance. You can see these blue areas are already marked out for you, so you could take scalp hedge trades on these positions as well. Whatever your strategy is, guys, keep an eye on these SR levels, support and resistance. And guys, like I said, this level's been an absolute phenomenal level to buy. That was a take the long with your fucking eyes closed. That high-low structure from the deviation. Bang, bada bing, bada bong. We are moving to the upside. Now, let's dive into what's going to happen fucking next. You know, at the end of the day, guys, if we go to lower time frames, I want to make it quite clear as well. You know, at the end of the day, we do have some divergences playing out, guys, on some lower time frames. So if we go on the hourly time frame, we did have a really nice, we had a sell signal, so we got profit from the bot. So I just want to mention the MDX Trading Bot, obviously, because this is something I do look on the hourly time frame, lower time frames. I look at the bot the whole time. So the last buy signal on the MDX Trading Bot was at around $62,200. It then took profit here, which was around a 5. Actually, the candle closed there, so it was probably around a 6% move to the upside. I can actually check that in real time. 1 second, copiers. The last trade was, 5.91% upside trade on the bot. So it's really, really good, guys. Everyone's making absolute bank on this. This guy's 11K up. It's phenomenal. So MDX Trading Bot, guys, go to Bingx. It's completely free to use. I monetize via trading fees with Bingx. So I can give away my strategy for free. You guys get to use it. I get to monetize with fees instead of using the strategy and keeping it to myself. You guys get it. So Bingx, guys, link in the description. You must use my referral link to get access to the bot. But it did sell, guys, here. So it took profit on this long trade here. But then it jumped back into a long, and then boom, we've had this next big move up to the upside. So it really is between where we are around now. So this is a buy signal here. So it's going to be another load of money up as well, the bot. You know, if this is now going to be another winning trade, just if you guys are using the trading bot, if this is another big winning trade, then if it wins multiple times in a row, you're getting closer and closer to the next losing trade. So what you want to be doing is, guys, is going to the trading bot. This is completely free as well. This page, guys, you can look at this. Go to mdxalgo.com/trading-bot, and you can read about this advanced strategy, which is using counter trading techniques or pivot plays. And you come here, guys, how to use the MDX Trading Bot for advanced users. You can actually counter trade those signals. Okay, so I just want to mention that the next trades, if it's consecutive winning trades, guys, you're getting closer and closer to the next drawdown. But, you know, in terms of what happens next, guys, I don't think we're going to stop. If we do get a wick back through now, fine, we can move forward, get stopped out on this. And then if we make a lower high, then you're looking for lower prices. So the only thing you can do here, guys, like, it literally is a small upswinging market. There's no point trying to short into the uptrend because we're moving up, right? We've just broken out of trend. We're not going to do a fucking Gareth Soloway and start going against it after the breakout. We've made the breakout. Yes, you might get a retest a little bit lower, but all we want to do, guys, is wait for the SR levels to play out, buy the support regions. If we do get a wick back down to here, likely going to get a bounce off support. If you can't break the high, guess what? It's not going to be consistent, not consistent. It's not going to be sustainable because it's made a lower high. So that means that you've got to change your behavior. If you then lose the low, you have a lower low, etc., etc., etc. Then you're looking for a move down or actually a retest of it and then a flush. And that would be where you're looking to change your trade. Now, look, you can even see it, guys. It would be some sort of fucking wanger formation, okay? We don't do wanger formations on this channel because they're a fucking meme. But what my point is, I'm not looking to bet against this right now. We're in position before the moves happen. You don't want to be trying to chase the fucking move. But we're in position, guys. You go on the 4 hour, and I would say that the next levels to look for either taking profit or look for shorts, head shorts, it's going to be logical SR at resistance. It's going to be this level here. It's going to draw on a second, the blue lines. This level here, guys, actually corresponds quite nicely as well with the August open, which is definitely an interesting level.
It's April. That's the Q2.
Oh, sorry. Let me have a look. So small, the text. It says April Q2. Yeah, sorry, mate. I said August. We're not even in August yet. So you can see here, guys, yeah, I'm in the future, brother. So, yeah, very, very crucial level here, guys, for resistance and then obviously the all-time high. And I do think what you would do is you draw a line here and then you draw a line there and you would say, look, if we do move up to here, it's quite likely between these two areas, you're going to get some sort of resistance, all-time high. When you first come into an all-time high, guys, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to looking to take profit at those levels because essentially you're going into you're going up to the highest price Bitcoin's ever been to. So the first thing people do is take profit because everybody must be in profit. Because if you go to the highest price Bitcoin's ever been, there can't be anyone else who is not in a profit. Every single trade everybody's made, obviously, if you're in a short position, you're getting wrecked. But that'll be either a place to get out, get licked, or you're looking to take profit because everyone in the whole market, if you're long, is in profit. So you see a lot of the time, guys, when you get to all-time highs.
What's the long short looking like?
Yeah, right now, guys, this is a very, very interesting dynamic because as soon as this flipped to more shorts, actually, okay, let's be realistic. 49, okay, it's 50 fucking 50. 40, it's literally 50-50. But as soon as this flipped, guys, and we all know that the market will make the fools out the most. We literally saw this flip to about 58% short. And guess what Bitcoin did? As soon as we hit 58% short, it was around here and here. Guess what, guys? The market has been rallying and taking out those short positions. If you're in a short position and the price goes against you, you're forced to buy. Everyone's then buying. It's quite likely, guys, that when we get to around here and here, you're going to see some people taking profit from those trades. There's going to be a lot of fucking stop losses above the all-time high. So pretty much everyone and their mother, if you're in a position which is going to have a stop loss, it's going to be above the all-time high. So on the balance of probabilities, guys, you come into it once, you hit the order block, everyone takes profit, you see a little bit of resistance, you come back down, and then on the next attempt, guys, it could be something like this. I'm just going to speculate a little bit, but up again, break through it, back up, and then as soon as we break above the all-time high, legends, that's when the giga shorts begin to start piling in. Everyone starts fucking saying, no, it can't go any higher, all-time high, da-da-da. And then what happens is you get a flush on the books. You get a fucking short squeeze, baby. The typical, well, short squeezes are usually quite dramatic because obviously you're going against fearful traders. You can get long squeezes, but in history, guys, short squeezes are the most violent and they have the biggest percent gains because obviously when you're going up, calculus means you can have hundreds of thousands of percent up and you can only ever go 100% down. So it's going to be interesting, guys. I'm really, this is really the level. I do think as of right now, this could have been that retest. I know it's a brief retest, but it still came back down. We retested that level. So let's just, diagonals are diagonals, guys. This is just tracing, right? Diagonals don't mean, oh, it didn't come perfect to the line, it didn't work. No, diagonals are not what I use, or I know you, Chris, as well. We don't use this in our analysis as a tier 1 thing we look at. This is like tier 2, tier 3. This is just tracing. This is just guidelines. It's just like looking at the market saying, okay, that's generally what's happening. Just tracing out that the highs are getting lower. What's really important, guys, is linear levels. So you can see this is the level here. We've broken out above it. We've come back to it as support, and then we've gone off to the races. So that's the retest in, on this specific chart. And, the reason that flat horizontal levels are more important is because the price action is essentially built up like a skyscraper. The price action isn't built in diagonals. Like it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. The price is built like a skyscraper, and the price moves up and down like an elevator between those levels. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. It's not like the diagonal levels don't really mean as much, even though they do have significance in terms of giving you a general idea of when a trend is going to change, okay? So that's what we're saying. But guys, we're looking really good, guys. I think the next resistance is here. I don't think we stop right now, and I don't think you can go buy anything like that. If you do try and short this, you're just gambling. If you are going to look for shorts, you want to wait for at least to come back down to support, rally back up, and get the Lord Dumpu short, which would be a Fibonacci retracement short. So let's just say what would be the next short if you wanted to get into a short? It would be something like this, guys. Coming back into this area of support. If this nukes, you're likely going to get a bounce off this. The trade, though, is going from the high to the support. The trade really is moving back up into the Fibonacci pocket, taking a short there, head short, and then on the anticipation that you are then going to get the lower low and the lower high, and that could be then the top, okay? That's the trade you do. If you invert it, guys, it's very simple. You will see that it's just basically what everyone calls it in the stupid crypto community. Oh, it's a W, or whatever you want to fucking call it. Reverse Wanger formation, head and shoulders.
Yeah, M's and W's. I mean, you're literally just looking at swing failure pattern. That's all it is.
Exactly. There isn't. I've never heard anyone call it W formation or M formation. It's not really like that. It's either a double bottom. You've either got some sort of high-low structure, whatever it is, and that's what's happening on the price. But yeah, so that's what I think, guys. That's how you would look for the next short. There is no short here. It's here and here for resistance. That's what you want to be doing, looking at resistance levels for shorts. And overall, it's looking pretty good, guys, for the bulls. And we've called it on this channel. I was saying, look, this area, like I'll go back on my Twitter just so you guys can see. This is all written in my group. And guys, the VIP group, the community is insanely powerful, guys. We have literally hundreds and hundreds of people posting daily, 12 coaches. The community aspect of MDX is just getting so fucking good. I just sit in there all day just chatting to people. And you can see here, guys, that yes, I think my hunch that we hold 1% stop. The logical making sense trade, guys, here was to be long with the stop losses around here. And we got a free fucking ride, didn't we, Chris? We were saying it on stream. We're like, if this just goes now, like that's a free fucking ride trade. Like that's one of the easiest longs.
That's like, exactly because we were on. Will we stream on Wednesday or Tuesday? I forgot.
Yeah,
what day
Wednesday.
Yeah, so I mean that's what we were saying. We did the higher low. We did the bullish back test of the May open at 60.7. You know, we did all of those things together. So it
was mad. It's just sometimes you get sometimes I get too skeptical. I know how difficult this game can be and how much hunting can happen. But unfortunately, the majority of the market has not caught on to that trade, which is good. And the reason is, I think, is because this has been such a slow, grindy, boring formation. A lot of people just got trained over this period. It was like, nah, it's not going to happen. They just got exhausted. They just got fucking demoralized. And the market has been demoralized. We're 50-50 fucking short. 50% of all open interest right now is short. And we're a couple $1,000 off the high. It's absolutely mental to see these types of numbers.
That's what is like, you know that psychologically it just goes from, you know, punishment to punishment. So you have to psychologically break long traders, like upside traders. And that's what happened when we went to 57K. And since then, everyone's like, oh, I missed everything. So every pump, like, oh, I'm just going to keep shorting it because, you know, this is fake. It's going to keep going down. We're going to 52K. And here we are.
Exactly, my friend. But the funny thing is as well, Chris, is like we've got $34 billion open interest, which is historically some of the highest levels I've ever seen. Probably unprecedented. I haven't tracked it for the last month, but 34 billion open interest is 3 or 4 times what it was a year ago. So CME are now doing the lion's share of open interest, 30% of all volume, not volume, sorry, 30% of all open interest. So open longs and shorts is happening on the CME, guys, and then 23% on Binance. So you're looking at $17 billion. Why is this not working? $1 billion of shorts here. That's fucking rocket fuel, legends. If we go up to this high, like we're probably going to get some resistance on the way up the first time, just from people taking some profit. But we come back in, we get the springboard, we fold support, we break through it. Above here, we've got billions of dollars of shorts. That means billions of dollars, billions of dollars of potential buys, $17 billion of potential buys, which can spring this to, who fucking knows how far that can spring that to. This could probably take this up to the 100K mark. You know, this is
just like a January 2021. That's like what we've been saying for.
Yeah.
No.
My hunch is this right now. If we can hold above 61,100 on a sustained basis like we are right now, I think we just do another ascending formation here. I think we come into this again, we stop, we break down, we come up again, we stop, we break down, and we just build up some sort of ascending formation again. And we just do the next level. And that's on the basis, guys, that are above this yellow line. If we lose the yellow line, which is 61,100, actually, let's just say this. 61,100, between 61,100 and 60,800, just to be completely honest, because it's between here and here. There are a couple of levels. But this yellow line's a line in the sand, guys. If you're not really trading and you're just looking at the charts, just remember the fucking level. And we had the lovely fake out of it as well. This was the deviation maneuver to get everybody freaked out. Obviously, the market, you know, it plays games with people, and you do get deviations on either side. Deviation of the high, deviation of the low. And it's just beautiful, guys. I'm just happy with it. I'm in a really nice long, got some spot bags in there, and everything's looking really, really nice. Now, I'll let commitment trade as well. Have a quick look, a quick scan, because obviously Will isn't here today. Have you seen him? Has he messaged you yet or anything? Is he still AWOL? Got the dealers here. So another very interesting chart here, guys. You know, spread has come up. Longs are the same, and they're slowly decreasing short exposure. This was obviously from last Tuesday. But you can see the trend here is getting more and more favorable for the bulls. I said from the beginning, guys, that the dealers aren't going to let this bull market ride the whole thing without beginning to change their positioning from what they were a year ago. And you can see just net shorts coming off. Longs are staying the same. Spread is increasing. The dealers are probably going to suddenly just flick off shorts at some point. They're suddenly going to turn around and say, look, off shorts into exposed longs. And the asset managers will just be increasing longs exactly like they're the same place they were. Like they're just hodling for dear life. There's nothing more to say. All we can say is this. If the dealers are beginning to reduce shorts, it's a good sign that there's more upside to come for this bull market for sure. Where are we on infinite market cap, leggies? Number 9, $1.34 trillion market cap from the itty bitty. Can't believe gold's at 16 already. Absolutely phenomenal. It's probably going to end up on $20 trillion for gold over the next few years. Microsoft again, $3 trillion, which is getting to some of the highest levels we've ever seen for any company on this planet. If it eclipses to $4.1 trillion was historically the biggest company in the world. The East India Dutch Trading Company was 4.1 trillion if you do inflation adjusted. So Microsoft's getting to those levels now, which is pretty fucking phenomenal, to be honest. We're living in some unprecedented times. CBBI, like we said, guys, we went to 82. Now we're having a technical pullback. I think we're in this type of market cycle where we had 87 on the CBBI. We came back down, and then we have another high for around up to the 100 on the CBBI. I do think that's what we're getting here. Some sort of move back down. Might even go lower, guys. We might come up to the high and then start retracting because the CBI can fall with price action going sideways because this isn't to do. This is looking at 10 indicators in one index. And a lot of these are not 100% correlated to price rising or falling. So the CBI can fall even if the price is going sideways, which is very, very interesting. Where are we? So treasuries, yeah, we're still on 12. Treasuries has not moved, guys. So the amount of Bitcoin held by institutions from objective facts, not all this wishy-washy bullshit you hear on the fucking CNBC and all these channels like, yes, now we've got, if there's 85,000 times more percent supply on the day than there is Bitcoin being created, just shut the fuck up. 12.25% is owned by institutions. The only thing this is doing is increasing the probability that Bitcoin will rise in the long term due to supply and demand, because Bitcoin is a commodity and commodities are driven by supply and demand, and that is it. So ETFs, countries, public companies, private companies, Bitcoin mining companies, that's what's happening with ETFs. It's been held by institutions. I mean, they have strong hands. They're not going to sell it. The day-to-day buying and selling on ETFs, yes, can have an effect on the price. But, legends, all these people are like, it's always the ETFs are the reason. Guys, think about it. Exchanges on the derivatives market on a day-to-day basis has hundreds of billions of dollars happening on derivatives. ETFs are not doing hundreds of billions a day. And if they did, it still wouldn't make a difference because most of it's just OTC. Anyway, we're moving off that fucking topic. Yeah, so Chrissy boy, I'm going to tap you in, brother. What have you got for me, mate? What's cracking? Let's just jump straight. I know you're going to say the same thing because we basically called the same thing last week. Let's just jump straight into the fucking order books, man, because you were showing me some big buy orders, man.
Yeah, sure. Let me jump on that first, and then I'll switch back to this so I can explain some levels. But yeah, 1 second.
Levels me, brother. Levels me.
Levels me.
Your chart disappeared, by the way, bro.
There we go. Yeah, no, I had to reshare it. I'm sharing it off of tabs. There we go. Should be back.
Oh, sharing off a tab. Oh, you're gonna go straight in. Yeah, nice.
Nice. Okay, so just to talk about this is Trading Light. Footprints off. So what we're seeing here is the ability to view the order books as resting orders. So I'm on Binance USDT. Obviously, it's the highest. That's not the CME as far as open interest. It's a great way to look at where orders are being placed. The important thing to understand, order books are not the same as order flow. Order flow is actually something very useful for immediately actioning trades. Order book is more like, oh, this is happening. I need to look for this. So what I've got it set to now is with the heat map, these little lines are actually showing a minimum 200 Bitcoin at these locations. So there you see 265 resting in longs. So this is what we posted earlier today, basically saying since last night, blocks coming in all day today that are going to push price up. Very little resistance to the upside. They've actually pulled most of the orders. There's some stuff starting to rest now at 72. And then some local things just up to about 69 or just above 69, which is fine. So as long as these orders are in place, it looks good to have a continuation. Basically, it just says that there's tons of willing buyers underneath the current price from about 66K all the way down to 64K. So my argument is very simple. It's upside till proven otherwise because we've got massive amounts of buy orders pushing price up. We've got people who have missed the move, right? They missed the move up. So instead of trying to trade the trend, which the trend is up. We talked about it last time we were live, I think Wednesday last week. If the trend is up, your immediate action is not to short. We saw some shorts coming in, over the last week, later in the week, push price down. Another big block of longs just resting, trying to hold price up. Block of longs holding price over the weekend. Some stuff came in, above us. That got pulled as we made a low. That low there is completely inconsequential. It's tested everything to the left of us. So right now it looks clean for upside continuation. We're at some local resistance. We're in some really heavy liquidity. But, Max, you were right when you mentioned it earlier. We have, 2.5 months almost since we made the all-time high. The reality is we've got the books built back with shorts with enough liquidity now to actually break us out of the current highs to make new highs. And the way they're going to do it is going to be pretty janky. Great. But yeah, we still have a big priority up. There's no major changes. If you're trying to short this right now, there's some local stuff to potentially retest like the structure here, but it's just, in my mind, it's not worth it. You have to be really quick to identify.
Where's your stop loss, man? Like, if you ask people, like, they're shorting now, like, where's your stop? Like, next fucking level is so high of resistance. I can't see any logical place to take a short. You can't take a short in my book. You could go on a 1 second and try and scalp some tiny little thing and maybe try and find something, but like, there's no real logical place where you can have a stop loss here and actually feel like you have a good risk to reward, because it can only move that. If it moves down to support, what's the percentage? And then where's the fucking stop? It could this thing can just go jet up to the next resistance. Getting a little move now. I don't know what time frame you're on, but it's not worth the short. It's
inconsequential.
Yeah, it's not worth a short. Like, even if it does nuke, like, it doesn't matter. Like, wait for the bounce trade and then wait for the short, the retest of the high. You can't play that kind of game. Otherwise, you're literally gambling. Like, you are completely gambling. Like, think about if you invert the chart, right? And then you look at it, like, and you're like, I'm going to long here. It's like, what are you going by? This looks like you're trying to catch knives on the way down. You're like, so you have to be logical, guys. You have to be patient. You have to stick with the levels. You have to say to yourself, okay, look, I might be wrong. It might just nuke right now, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong if you didn't short it. You wait for the retest, bounce it, lower high, take a logical fucking Fibonacci trade. But you got to be in your positions before. Like, I can't believe how easy this long's been, to be honest. It's just one of those ones, man. Like, you trade for a long time and you see a lot of BS and you get hunted and things happen and liquidity providers try and fuck up shit. But this one, everyone just kind of got it wrong and it was an easy long. It's just happy days.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I mean, the long short delta is so crazy long right now. Basically, what I'm looking at here is just footprint. It's effectively you're seeing at all the different price points on that candle how much Bitcoin is adding to longs.
There's a lot of long delta in there, man. There's a lot of buys in there. Look at those big green ones there.
Yeah, so this stuff above us here, this is saying 37K. That's the total amount traded in that hourly candle. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. And the green or red number above is the surplus of longs compared to shorts, or shorts compared to longs. In any case, in the last 3 hours, we've effectively created a 6K surplus since the lows, since we started pumping off, earlier today. So that's still the direction. If we're going to have some type of pullback that actually is any meaningful stuff, I'm actually looking at, this high value area of around 68.1, 68K, 68.1K. And then I'd expect at the minimum, probably like a 0.7% drawback, maybe even a 1.4. But all that really completes is, if you're looking at the actual structure of it, is if you have that pullback, all you're really doing is potentially bullshit back testing the previous highs. You're effectively completing what was previously resistance, you're now setting it as support. So until that stuff has failed, the stuff we broke out of, right, the start of this move, I think it's upside continuation. So even here, like losing 67.3, if we now close below that, that would be more detrimental in my mind, because then we're failing, effectively out of the local range, and that would mean that we have to go deeper into the liquidity to potentially give us another chance to pop back out of it. So
I'm just going to flick on the dominance a second. 1 sec, bro. Let's have a look at dominance together. I think it's probably still mooning. Yeah, dominance is looking really good. Actually, that's BTC1. Sorry. Yeah, dominance, it just continues to creep up higher. Like, if you want to look at trending, like, this is fucking higher lows, higher highs, all the way up. I think, I've been saying this for a long time, and I think, agree with me on this, Chris, is that Bitcoin's just going to go first. And like Bitcoin's actually moved up in dominance in terms of percentages.
Yeah, Bitcoin has to go.
46% move to the upside in terms of dominance is increasing. I don't think that stops. I don't think that stops until Bitcoin gets towards like 30% towards its all-time high, whatever it goes to. So dominance is just increasing, guys. Altcoins are still getting pretty much murked. I think there's been a few pops actually, but we'll go into altcoins in a second. ETH is trying to do something. CRO, whatever. BNB is right up there. Looks a little bit droopy to me. But Link's had a little bit of a go. But anyway, we'll do alts in a second. Let's have a look at CME, because obviously CME are doing a fuckload of volume now. So if you type in BTC1, you actually just get the CME futures. And it's definitely worth looking at, guys, because usually it just kind of correlates the same as Bitcoin on the index, or you look at an exchange like Bybit or Binance, like usually trading very similarly. But sometimes there are outliers where the CME and say Bybit are completely doing completely different things, and it can give you quite a big edge actually, because the CME is generally traded by a more institutional, say, professional trader. I'm not saying that they have to be better or more profitable, but they're coming into it with a slightly more professional outlook. And if the CME is doing something which is different to the normal market, then you can actually get a little bit of an edge there. But I would say that this chart's just as good. It's very similar. We came back, retested it. Obviously, this isn't open on certain days, so it does mean that the price action is a little bit, gaps, etc. And everyone's like, oh, the CME gap. Yes, important. But I think there's a CME gap down here, isn't there, Chris? There's
one from the 10th, around about the 10th, 11th of this month, so 9 days ago.
No, but did it get filled, or what? Like 9 days ago?
Open. Yeah, so it's right underneath the May, or right there. Look.
Let me go back on an hourly time frame 1 sec.
Yeah, so that's filled.
Down here somewhere, yeah, I can see it.
No, it's on the look at the date. It's on the 10th, Friday the 10th. That's where the gap is. It's down at.
Where's the 10th? My screen's too small. 10th of. You talking about the 10th of May?
Yeah, 10th of May. We're in May.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking. Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
Look at the bottom of your screen. Do you see how it says the date?
I can see it, Chris. I can see it. So 10th of May. Here we go. So yeah, I'm in the 10th of May, and this is all. Well, I'm in an hour. I'm on an hourly time frame, so this is all the 10th of May. Yeah.
There you go.
There was one gap here, yeah, but it's been filled. Yeah. It got filled directly straight after it, yeah. 10th of May. But yeah, we're waffling on about our little thingamajiggies here. Anyway, yeah, there was a gap, but like I said, I'm not a big gap guy. I used to look at gaps and be like, well, the probability of the gap closing is high, so maybe it should be a target. But then the thing about that, it's you're going to target the wrong one day and it's never going to fill. And usually gaps don't fill. If there is a gap that's not going to fill, it's at the beginning of a new bull market, because the market just runs off with itself and it usually never comes back. Sometimes the price never comes back to the levels at the low of the beginning of a bull market. So if you look in history, if you look at for closes that didn't close, all of them, I think literally all of them, from my knowledge, all are at the beginning of a new bull market. And I would just say, look, what's the point in fucking trying to just target it to go over the levels? Anyway, but my point is, guys, CME is very similar to normal price actions. There's no outliers here. CME's got a nice big fucking green candle there. So it's all looking pretty good, guys, in terms of for the bulls. And
it's in contango with the market. So that means that the CME price is trading at a premium to the Bitcoin spot market price. So if it's trading at a premium, that means that long traders on the CME are willing to pay a higher price to get their longs than the rest of the market. So that's always a great sign, because then it's basically saying, oh, well, we don't mind paying a higher price just to get our longs in, because we expect it to go higher. So that's good. That's always a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's a good thing for upside continuation price action, especially with CME at doing 30% of all open interest. Gold is just off to the absolute rocket ship. And I think gold, a lot of guys were saying, oh, yeah, when gold gets going, everyone's going to leave Bitcoin and jump back into gold. And I think that case has really been settled, that the market, in terms of where the money is coming from, whether it's coming from indices, stocks, shares, other assets like real estate, you know, there's enough to go round for gold to be rallying and Bitcoin to be rallying. Again, you know, Bitcoin's 1.3 trillion, gold 16 trillion. So it simply is 16 times the fucking size. So, you know, there's enough money to go around for Bitcoin and gold to rally. And it's just good to see value. It's just good to see value back. It's good to see, you know, it's good to see gold actually fucking doing it for once, because we've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. You know, I've been trading gold. I was trading gold since fucking, I don't even know how far it's been now. I was trading gold for many years before Bitcoin. So it's been a very, very long journey for gold, because obviously it trades very slowly. But big cup and handle, it's all played out. The breakouts here, and the target for gold is around here. That's where I think gold's going to stop off, actually, at around that $3,000 mark in terms of psychological resistance. And I think if you go on the debt clock as well, I think, you know, looking at the amount of currency being printed to the ratio of gold there is in terms of only 3% inflation on gold, that's where it should be just for fair value. You know, it takes a while to get there, but, you know, essentially gold will do an accounting for new dollars created. And if you look at it, inflation adjusted, the numbers are even more nuts. So I think gold goes to $3,000. I think that's where it should be, and that's going to cause. Look, who really knows? There's not enough evidence to say this, but I think with a positive gold, I think that the narrative of gold rallying will trickle down into Bitcoin, because they're kind of designed to do the same thing, and that's hedge against inflation, store of value, good, you know, value play, and it is value. The CEO of BlackRock said it's value. So you know what? It's fucking value. So all those cunts back in the day who were like, no, it's not value, actually. It's a risk on asset. See on the flippers, bruv. I've been saying it for 10 years. Anyway, what else should we look at? So silver as well. I think silver had a nice little move. I heard my friend singing the praises. I got a friend of mine who's essentially just completely against Bitcoin, but he loves commodity trading and he makes a lot of money and he does very well for himself, but he's not into Bitcoin. But he did say to me the other day that silver has actually done a pretty good job here. It's got above those 2 wicks, another good sign that value's back. And silver's probably got a very, very good run. I don't know what the gold-silver ratio is at the moment, but it's probably good, because gold's very high and silver hasn't even broken its all-time high yet. So I don't know the exact gold-silver ratio, but if you guys are doing that, you know, we haven't even broken the all-time high in silver. So the gold-silver ratio is probably very, very good. So if you want to potentially look at, you know, the next trade, it will be let your gold bags run, recycle into silver, let silver run. Very similar to how Bitcoin goes first and then other altcoins go next. It's the same thing with gold and silver, essentially. You know, gold goes and then it trickles down into other rare metals as well. Anyway, should we do some altcoins? Have you got anything else you want to add as well, Chrissy boy? What you got for me, bro?
Yeah, throw it on me. I got a couple good levels for people to look at. So effectively, the upside continuation is still the most likely. The level that the move that breaks the upside structure we have is that. I mean, I'm not even interested in shorting any of this stuff until we actually get a breakdown of level. I want to see 65.5. That's like the previous all-time high, like weekly max close. So if we do close underneath that, it's just a very, very high time frame level. But it coincides very nicely with some support we have. Even if we clear the lows, lose the weekly open, we can still hold in this area. That's the low right there that we want to see a hold on if we do have a kind of a deeper retracement. I'm still probably just expecting continuation off. If we do close back underneath it, that's the first time I could potentially short it. But for something like that, I'd want to see a really brutal, you know, failure, pull back below the structure type stuff, like literally just, you know, a Bart Simpson candle back down into things. The overall move is really simple. We're still looking for upside continuation. We have weeklies closing back really well also. So if I go on the weekly time frame, that weekly close gave us some like glorious bullish engulfing weekly candles for continuation. So this is all fine dandy. It's great. It's what we want to see closed over. Heck, even though a weekly closing over 67.2K is also super, super important if we get that. Because effectively what you're doing then, if the weekly just kind of goes sideways from here or just kind of builds a bit, doesn't matter. If we can close above that, you're effectively regaining the weekly high range. And the likelihood of us going back to the upside is extremely high for new breakouts. But weekly looks great. Daily looks great. We're getting into some pretty heavy higher time frame resistance all the way up to 71.2K, which is the April Q2 open. That's the move that really is
the open on the Q2. If we get above that, it's all fucking looking hunky-dory. Oh, mate, don't want to cut you off, but let's look at some indicators, man. Let's bring up some of the new indicators with the MDX suite, because a lot of guys have been interested in the community, like, because the new indicators have just come out. Tons of questions, tons of people looking at them. And the new indicator, which is the scalp indicator with the red and green heat map, fucking hell, like, this is getting ridiculous now. This is actually getting ridiculous now, what we've built. Yeah, let's go, man. Only 65 likes, guys, apparently. So if we could all hit that like button, if you can rally up the dopamine for the legends here, we're going to carry on doing a little bit longer. So, guys, smash the like button if you just come in. If we get more likes, more people watch the videos. And if more people watch the videos, more people see the content. More people see the content, more people enjoy the content. And then we save more people from getting absolutely wrecked to the market. Because on this channel, we actually tell you what's actually happening. We don't use hindsight. We don't look at the past. We say, look, here's the objective truths. Here's what we think is happening next. These are the reasons what's happening next. And here are the scenarios with the highest probabilities to play out. So we help you not get wrecked, okay? You need to watch this channel, and then you will not get wrecked. Hit that like button, guys. You know what to do. All legend. So bring up those lickies, bro. Those liquidation levels, man.
Yeah, so the licks look great. They tie in really well with what we'd expect with the price action. If we do lose that low, like I talked about on the other chart, that's the low that effectively breaks the upside structure, and then we want to start taking out these long liquidity pockets. Most of the time, we actually see with the, when there's a lot of different types of liquidity, high leverage and low leverage in a place, they usually get targeted. We've got enough high leverage shorts above us to definitely break out to make new all-time highs. We are getting close to a little bit of a liquidity, kind of a vacuum right above 69K where it's a little bit low. If we can clear that gap and get into the deeper liquidity above us, it's likely we'll go to something like 71.2, which is that April Q2 for a nice test. But the long liquidity below us is getting a free ride, although it's significantly less than most of the people trying to short right now. So, like I said, if we do start breaking down and actually losing levels, losing lows, and actually making lower highs, effectively trend changing, then we can start talking about taking out that higher leverage pockets of liquidity. The deepest we could possibly go on a wick, in my mind, would be about 58K. If we get into this major long liquidity pocket, everything from the lows is there. Everything from what we did last week is there. So, as far as I'm concerned, if we do go down to this area, which is a very big if, we might not ever go back down there. But if there is a wick down here, the buyback on that needs to be extreme. If there's an extreme buyback on the wick, the bottom is 100% in. So at least locally, right? So I like it. It's good. We got liquidity above us. 69K is the target. I've got a nice PT up here. Just I might edge it off a bit.
Yeah, levels are mad. If you guys want to get the liquidation levels, just go to mdxalgo.com. You can see all the lick levels. We calculate them from the order book, and then you can see where the high leverage guys are. And obviously, legends, the market is going to be attracted to those levels. The market will go to the node. It's the magnet where the liquidity is. And we need to fill liquidity. But yeah, the indicator is looking really good. Like, guys, freaking hell. Like, bring up that new heat map indicator, bro. It's just so delicious.
Oh, the volume delta? Yeah, so this is effectively what we're seeing is the volume delta based on longs and shorts. I'm on spot right now, so I'll put it on Binance Perpetuals and see what we got here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what we get on the old heat map. I'm going to get it. I've already been playing it with one of my strats. See all that green there? Boom, up, nothing above it. Green, boom, up, green now. So it's showing the delta in the candle and then...
Yeah, it's always a great sign. We've got spot and perpetuals also very much long. You see that the areas where the shorts kind of level off as we're making highs. So this thing was flashing, I guess, what was that, 8 hours ago? We were flashing the long signal just from the local stuff, the gaining of previous daily open levels to go higher. And yeah, it looks strong. Also, if you can see the actual candles themselves, I've got the volume candles on, which are... there we go, showing these. So the delta candles, these are effectively showing us where the majority of that long liquidity is within that candle. Like, so where the majority of the bullish, the long volume versus the short volume is. And it's always a great sign when you see tons and tons of green volume that's very small and very low in the candle. So this is like all the longs are down in the wick, all the longs down in the wick, most of the long down in the wick, all the longs down in the wick. So it just looks powerful. It looks strong. We still got an hour and 15 minutes left on this 4-hour, but as far as I'm concerned, this is now establishing anything that needs to be retested needs to come back to there for continuation. Like if we have continuation, that's fine. That's still expected. That's the level if we back
this guy's comment's hilarious. He wrote at the end of it, "It's not even normal how sick it is." He wrote, "Mate, literally, don't need any other software, group, or anything. If you do anything else this week, it should be to join MDX/Trendmaster. It's not even normal how sick it is." That's literally what we built. We built something which is abnormally good. It's the truth. Like our community is absolutely exploding. It's so good to see everyone being so profitable. All of the tools we have, so many different indicators, strategies people are using. It's pretty phenomenal with the group, and then the indicators on top of it. So, yeah, guys, join MDX Algo. Honestly, I've said it 1 trillion times. I'm almost like, just shilling it every single fucking video. But it is our project. It is what I've built. It's our essentially the no BS trading real hub, and it's the work we've all worked on, our life's work, really. That's another little buy. Look at that buy there as well. That buy signal with the delta on it's just like absolutely ridiculous, these indicators.
Yeah, it flipped a little bit real quick, and as soon as it just did a full send on it.
Yeah, I can see currently long. What's the win? God. Yeah, let's go. He won a lifetime. Yeah, I won a lifetime sub to this group, and it's legit changed my abilities. Many thanks, brother. More than happy to change your abilities. It's a funny way to say it, but fuck it, man. Yeah, that's exactly what we're here to do. At the end of the day, I look at myself in this community. I used to just be in trading to make as much money as possible, and I made fuckloads of money. But now it's kind of like I feel like almost like a guardian angel to most people, because there's so many people in the community, in the crypto community, let alone the trading community. There are a lot of scammers in the trading community as well, but a lot of guys who came into trad trading before were a little bit more wise to the scammers. A lot of crypto guys just fall for the biggest mistakes, listen to the wrong fucking people. And these guys have hundreds of thousands of followers. So I kind of feel like I'm the guardian angel to crypto at this point, just trying to help people not get fucking wrecked. And that's what the company does, essentially. I need to change my abilities.
I mean, it was something that changes a lot, that makes things a lot easier, is writing your strategy out. There's quite a bit of back work to like actually getting good that most people just kind of don't do. Trade journaling is such an important thing, especially starting out. I still do it myself now because it makes sure it keeps me grounded. It keeps me, honest to myself and how I'm trading. So trade journaling is a big one I would do. Understanding your trade planning. So like risk reward ratios. I don't take trades.
You can do it on the course as well. Like I forget, we have a whole trading course. Like within MDX Algo, you buy the product and then you have a whole fucking trading course. Let me quickly show you it, guys. Like you go on here, you go on mdxalgo.com, click on trading course. So you go to the academy, and then this page at the top, you literally click this, start the course. And then you get, how many lessons we got now? 30 lessons in here, maybe even more. We built like a whole YouTube system. So you scroll down here, you click on the lesson you'll do. What is the technical analysis, candlesticks, all the way down to risk management. We have 4 parts to the risk management suite. We have position sizing. We have stop loss management. We have the Fibonacci's as well, don't we? I think you did one of those as well. Yeah, we have Fibonacci part 1, 2, and 3 with Uber Fibs, which is one of Lord Dumpu's strategies. So this whole course here is as well another thing you can use. And then obviously we have the coaches as well. So you can apply to do one-on-one mentoring with all of the coaches. I don't really do it that much, but I'm still open for potential. But Kieran's one of our main guys. Chris does daily updates in the group. Will is one of our main mentors with 18 students right now. Fucking mental. So yeah, guys, MDX Algo, go check it out. It's we've really put a lot of effort into it. Sorry to cut you off, Chrissy boy. You absolute fucking G. But yeah.
It's important. And like for me, I have a rule when I take positions. I do a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, which means I can effectively take the same trade and lose it more times than I win it and still make profit, if that makes sense. Because my risk to reward ratio is, it's a 4-to-1. And I do that to my first profit target, and to keep myself sane. My first profit target's always the same. I take profit at the first 100x leverage liquidation level. which means that I know I'm going to get filled on my profit target, where other people are getting liquidated, and that's just the easiest way to trade. It's really,
really
simple, but you really have to write it down. You need to come
it's
up,
simple, but it's simple, right? But the thing is, like you said before, like with the thing with journaling, it's simple, but it takes a lot of effort and time, and it takes a lot of focus. Like for me, I don't journal anymore. I don't journal because I simply just don't have the time to bother. I just don't journal at all. I used to journal back in the day when I was trading for every single second of my life, trying to get to know it. But let me just quickly change this a second. Yeah, that should work now. Yeah, so yeah, the thing about trading, more to the point, is like the process of trading is very simple. All you have to do is click a green and red button, and you need to make a number go up. That's all you have to fucking do. But it's the effort and time and everything which goes into it to make that actually happen is what a lot of people don't do. And journaling is time consuming. Looking at trade position management's time consuming. Risk management's time consuming. Position sizing's time consuming. Waiting for the trade is time consuming. Being at the right time at the right place is time consuming. Building the bot, which can automate when you go to sleep, is time consuming. So all of the things that go around a very simple thing take a lot of time and effort. And that's what most people don't understand, is that trading is not freedom at the beginning. Trust me, it's a lot more upside work, and you sacrifice your life for like 3 or 4 years to become profitable, to then have the freedom side. And even to that degree, a lot of people don't even achieve it. So it's tough. Bitcoin's having a nice move here.
Yeah, we're getting close to 69K.
Yeah, that's just 69, baby. 69. I like that 69, man. You don't get 69 on the chart that often, legends. And it's going to, one day, it's just going to blast off, and we're never going to see 69 again. And then we're going to be sad. The next time we're going to wait, it's like 690 or 190, 69. Like, nah, fuck that. 69, man. I've got a hunch that this thing's just going to fucking blast off, man. Like, there's nothing in between here and here. Really, like, what we're looking for, like, I'm not seeing anything visually. What are the order books saying between here and here? Like, I'm seeing 71, between 70 and 71 as resistance, and then the all-time high.
Well, we're seeing some local. We're like just now we're getting some stuff come in. Let me switch. Give me a second. Let me switch my screen.
Sure.
So switch the slide.
Your screen is not on there, man. We need your screen, man.
All right. So yeah, there we go. I got a little bit of a short just to hedge off some stuff. I took a little profit on my longs. We saw this stuff coming in the last like 2-3 minutes. We've got some large short orders building to hold down price. Effectively, it's looking like they're trying to front run 69K.
The happy price. We are looking at the happy price. It's rallying. Yeah. We're all happy, Kelly B. The price is going up. You know, if the price is, you're happy. There's a happy price if you are long and you own Bitcoin. It's an unhappy price if you are Peter Schiff and you don't own any Bitcoin and you're trying to short it. 5.1% APY on 500K is good too. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know where you're getting that. It's quite high actually. NEXO is about 4% at the moment. You can get it up to about 5% if you own their token, but that's another problem in itself. But APYs are pretty good at the moment. APRs are like 12% though. So, you know, these companies are making a lot of money. Like a lot of these companies are charging like between 15 and 8% APR for people to take loans on, you know, use collateral and get loans from it. So charge people like 15%, then giving you 5%. A lot of these companies are making 10% in the middle just from borrowing and lending. So crypto is very lucrative for a lot of companies. Once it goes through, sorry, Chris, carry on, mate. And then we'll do some questions. Guys, put all your questions in the chat. We're going to do a big AMA in a second. I'm up for an AMA for a bit. I don't know if you are, mate. I'm up for answering some questions. So, guys, put all your questions in the chat. I'll monitor it, and then we'll jump into some questions, all right?
But yeah, so the last couple of minutes we've seen since the move up, we saw quite a bit of shorts actually building right above us to hold some pressure down on price. At the same time, we're also seeing some longs that were below us start to be added to about 67K. So this is just in like the last 5 minutes. Which is good. That means that there's people trying to stack orders to build up higher. But yeah, locally, you've got quite about 1,000 or so resting Bitcoin short orders. Basically, it means they're trying to put pressure here locally to push price down. Yeah, we're still looking for that higher low.
Because the thing is with order books, guys, as well. It's probably not as bad as it used to be. Over the years, it's probably getting better, but there's a lot of wash trading happening, and there's a lot of manipulative order book trades. So it can get pulled, things can change. A lot of the time, they're flashing stuff to freak out traders. So you got to be very careful, because obviously this game is getting more and more actually washed. The crypto market's very wash, but it's kind of okay, because some of that trading's happening. But problem is that because it's so easy to flick on and off trades these days, sometimes you get a huge buy wall here. You're like, oh my god, I'm definitely buying, and then it just gets fucking pulled and it nukes. So just be careful with that. Play it with in a confluent strategy. So guys, put your questions in. We'll do a big AMA now. Guys, also hit the like button. We'll do a giveaway in a second. So we are going to give away an MDX Algo subscription. So we do that every single week on the Monday show. But guys, slam your questions in the chat. We'll do a big AMA for a while and answer some questions. And then what we will do, we will then do the giveaway afterwards. And keep an eye on the itty bitty. What's going on?
I'm just looking at a couple different questions coming in. Do you see Bitcoin back at 52K in the medium term? No, I don't think it's a realistic target until we start losing the May monthly open down 60.7K. All the support, we have a 61K. The massive weekly bullish candle at 61.5K. So we have 61K in general, plus or minus 500, is the level, high time frame, low time frame, every time frame to hold. I'd say 52K isn't a question until that's lost.
Yeah, I don't. 52. I think he's medium term. Where are we at on 52? I don't. 52 is here. Yeah, down here. So 53, 52. Then we've got 48. Between 52 and 48, we can't really target it because we're above 61.1. That's the level in the sand. If we're above that, it's up only. We could. We got so much fucking support below. If we do nuke now, we got again 61.1 to get through. So probably get a bounce off that. Then if you get a lower high, you come down to the wick. Then we might get a bounce off that. Then we might base out here again. So it's a lot of support beneath us. If it went all the way down in one go, fine. Then you're looking for the sell into 61,100, and then 52. But we get 52 if we lose 61.1. That's all you can say. There's no way of predicting it, knowing anything. It's just that's the level. And we're playing this like a skyscraper, leggies. We've got some rebalancing going on, yes. Can Jasmy reach its KPI of $17 and 75% lockup in the next 2 years? 100x seems easy enough, and 900x seems a little bit much. Great company though. I don't know what Jasmine is. You know what that is, mate? Jasmy.
No, I've heard it before and I've looked at the chart before, but I have no idea what it is. Not a friggin' clue.
UCBCA said 52. Any forecast on copper? Haven't looked at copper. Yeah, give us one, Max. Yeah, give us one, Max. I'll give it to you, legends. What's going on with ADA? I haven't looked at ADA. It is a pretty big investment of mine, actually, this market cycle. I got in after the FTX collapse. So when FTX collapsed, I got in. What's up with ADA? I think it's just trying to get back above the local area, the last swing low of support. It's come down a little bit, coming out very aggressively, actually. It's lost this level. You've got no real defined lower high here either, and a lower low. You probably have to go a little bit lower on this one. ADA is one of those ones where it's a punt. In terms of technology, I don't really like it, but let's not talk about fundamentals. This is okay. This is not actually too bad. We are actually getting it back above this level here. It needs to hold this as support. If it can hold this level here and get it back above it, we're looking good for then coming up to next area of resistance, probably back in again. But ADA, it's chopping basically in between here and here. As you can see, these two levels, and these have been drawn on from essentially months. So I'd say with ADA, what you're really looking for is if we do lose the lower side of the support, which is this wick here, and here, if it comes down to that, you've probably got a bounce trade off here. I reckon you're looking for some more resistance and a breakdown. If it loses that, it's like Bitcoin losing 61.1. If Bitcoin loses 61.1, ADA likely loses this level and moves quite low, much lower actually. But if Bitcoin does manage to hold 61.1, you're probably going to find ADA's holding this as well. because obviously Bitcoin is going to lead the market. That's why trading altcoins, it's like trading. You have to trade two assets basically with trading altcoins. Most altcoins. ADA is definitely in that bracket. If you go to micro gems and you go down to small stuff and micro caps, then yeah, like sometimes a micro cap can moon and Bitcoin doesn't move, or Bitcoin can dump and micro caps pump. Yes, if it's below 100 mil market cap, it's kind of living on its own fucking ecosystem. But if it's getting up to like, ADA, it's just going to do the same thing as Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin holds, ADA will probably hold. If Bitcoin nukes, ADA will probably nuke. And these are the levels defined on the chart really here. But in terms of, what's up with ADA, you might be saying, oh, well, you might be asking me about fundamentals. What's going on with ADA? What's the reason? I don't know about the fundamentals. Really, it's not. I just
nobody used.
Has it got the best? Has it got the best fundamentals?
No, I mean it's like we know a lot of people in the space, Max, and people who build on stuff and build projects. And I mean, no one I've ever met does anything on Cardano. I heard once in the last like 2 years somebody was like, "Oh yeah, they're doing it on Cardano."
I know it's just a meme of a thing. It's just because Roy Hodkinson, or whatever his name is,
Charles.
Carl, whatever his name is, yeah. He's just really charismatic. I think people just when he speaks, he's like,
he looks like a big nerd. He's obviously brilliant, but he plays it off really well, and he's a great hype man. He's great.
Yeah.
He's like
this is actually a good sign on ADA as well, by the way. You got this hidden bullish divergence here, which is quite good. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. You're saying he's a good hype man. I think he just articulates points quite well, and I think people have just been bought into his salesmanship, and I get it. It'll probably make the price go up, but like in terms of actually ADA being a force for, I think in a few cycles time, maybe like a few years go by, it probably just peters lower and lower in the list. And maybe Kyle, or his name is Charles, is it? Charles Hodkinson? He's probably going to do something else, but like he's done a very good job at hyping it up. He just speaks well, and that's enough. One man can be the force of the business, but we'll see where it gets to in the future. If we break here we go. Here's a good question. If we break ATH, what's the first target TP? Now, this is a good question because when you break the ATH, in what you just said, you broke the all-time high. So there is really no way to have a target TP. I would just say this. You can do a Fibonacci extension. I wouldn't agree with it too much. But I would say that between here and here for Bitcoin, this is where it's going to stop. So it's between here and here. Bitcoin's likely going to have a systematic, it's not the right word, a significant pullback of probably between 20 and 40%. I don't think Bitcoin's going to be able to consistently keep this up and get through $100,000 without a 40% correction at some time. There's no way of having any predetermined stop loss if you're in your longs on the way up. But if it goes to 100K, I will take profit. Like I said, it's the top side I think it goes to. I don't think it goes any further. If it continues, fine, I'll miss out on that trade. All you're waiting for, guys, when you have a blue sky breakout, so you have a blue sky breakout, there's no resistance, and you're in expansion, right? There's no point trying to just fire in TPs. Yes, you could dot them around, like, just do it like that. Just visually just go and ladder up to $100,000. But what you're probably going to end up doing is just getting it out too early, then foaming it back in and messing up with your head, and psychology gets into it, and there's all these other problems. So I would say, like, don't even bother trying to find the top. Just wait for market structure to change. So say you get, Bitcoin comes in here, breaks back down, we get a moon to there, and then it breaks, right? And then it can't break its high. How many times have I said this, Chris? We know this. Then you're looking for the retest of the high. It'll be a retest Fibonacci retracement short. Look to hedge some short exposure here. So not selling or hedging. Hedge against your long. So don't TP yet. Hedge against your long. Then it breaks down. Oh, I got into the correct hedge position. Then if it comes back up again, maybe it gets another lower high. You get some sort of descending formation. Then when it breaks through, then you can say to yourself, okay, look, I'm going to take out some of my profits. And then that's when everyone's going to do the same thing, and it's going to flush back, and then that'll be the top. But there's no point trying to preempt it on a blue sky breakout. If you have prior resistance ahead of you and you have things you can look at, then fine. We have a Fibonacci extension you go by, or the rule of 7. There's loads of different things you can try and project. For me, it's never really given me any benefit. I would rather let the market run, not try and time the top, not try and TP in a blue sky breakout, no resistance expansion. Just wait until the systemic structure. Yes, you might miss a little bit of the top, but it's better to let your bags run in a blue sky breakout than try and preempt when you think it's going to be, because it's essentially just gambling. And don't short. TPing is one part of it, but just don't try and short into it. Let the market cycle run. Everyone's going to miss a bit at the top. Otherwise, you're just gambling to try and find the top. And then once you don't find the top, I sold everything here. Then it continues. Then you start trying to chase, and psychology gets apart. It can get real fucking messy. So let it run. Wait for the systemic break of structure, lower high, Fibonacci retracement. Look for a descending formation. Look for other variants within our indicator strats, like indicators, sentiment, stochastic RSI you can see on the screen, and the MDX indicators as well. The MDX indicators will give you a big thing, but I hope that answers your question. I know it's one of those answers where it's like, okay, just don't do anything. Wait for it to happen and then break down. But honestly, that is the best way to go with blue sky breakouts. I don't know anything else you can do which is more covering all the points of data in terms of how you can make the most money. I don't see a way you can do any better than that.
I mean, yeah, I use, Will and I use Fibonacci extensions and stuff.
Uber Fibs, yeah.
Or for Uber for price projection modeling. No,
yeah, price projection modeling is quite good. But again, it's like, just for the balance of probabilities for the majority of people, it's probably better to let the cycle run through the sky breakout and then look, because you're going to get a retest of the high very likely. You might not, but guess what? Unlikely. And then it rallies up. Trail the stop along with it. If it nukes, fine. Retest the high and then look for the shorts or look for the TPs. But that's the only way I can see for most people to make the most money.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, and I mean this in all seriousness, the vast majority of people lose money trading because they use leverage. The most money I've ever made on a single trade was spot, right? I loaded up.
Yeah, same.
Before last cycle, I loaded up a giga metric ton of CRO and literally sold everything above 89 cents, 86 cents. I got out completely. So
yeah, of course. This is something which we should say more. Like, of course we made more money on spot because I've held spot bags. I can hold spot bags for years. I can't hold a perpetual fucking 50x long for years. You can get eaten up on funding. It's not possible really to make more money on leverage trading. Leverage trading is about taking high probability setups and basically getting in and out quickly, not paying the fees. And also leverage trading is about using leverage the way it should be used and using futures the way it should be used. And the only real way to use futures correctly is with hedging short. That's really the only way. Like that's the only way you can do anything, because like the way to use it is buy spot, which you can hold forever with no cost, and you're gonna make loads of gains on that. And then if the market is coming to resistance, instead of selling your spot, just put one bit. Say you got 10 Bitcoin in spot. You don't want to sell your 10 Bitcoin. Just put one Bitcoin on Bybit or Bingx, and then sell 10 Bitcoins worth with 10x leverage. You've used very, very good, logical, appropriate leverage. And then that allows you to hold onto your spot, hedge short. Yes, you might lose 1% because you have a 1% stop loss at the high. And then it goes up again, and then you short again, and you short again. And you can keep doing that until you find the top, and then you've basically hedged against your whole position. Bitcoin goes all the way back down to where your spot entry was. You've made all the money on the Bitcoin short, bing, bash, bong, cash out, more Bitcoin at the end of it. That's the only way to use it. But obviously, we make more money on spot because we don't have to pay the fees or the funding, and we're not in a perpetual futures contract, which means we're just going to get wrecked on loads of other fucking cost. Like, I bought Matic at 4 cents. It went to $1.67. Like, that's a big fucking trade in terms of the appreciation of the asset. And leverage trading is good for accumulating more Bitcoin, because obviously there's two types of trading. There's making money on the dollar terms of what you own, and then there's making more of the asset you own, right? And advanced traders try and trade to make more of the asset you own, not just more of the dollar valuation, if you understand. But yeah,
and in bull markets too. I mean, another way you can maximize is longing the asset using the underlying asset. So using Bitcoin, and instead of doing a USDT long, you're doing a coin long. So I think
USDT virtuals, and then coins.
You're basically using Bitcoin to long Bitcoin, and in which case you're going to make
double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's pretty stupid, and I've seen people do this, but they'll short using their underlying asset to short the asset, which is like, what the hell's the point of that? Just hedge off with USDT or like a liquidity pair.
Yeah, I agree. What's the next fib level above ATH for Itty Bitty? Fib level above ATH, what type of fib are you talking about? Extension fibs or retracement fibs? We need to get a little bit more clarity on that. Do you think ADA will reach $1 again? Do you think ADA will reach $1? It sounds like fucking Donald Trump. Will America be great again? Let's have a look. Yeah, probably in the future. I think ADA probably will do it. Where's my ADA chart? At the end of the day, it's yeah, well, $1 is not even too bad on terms of resistance. I think ADA will probably go much higher. I think ADA will probably be at a price which is quite unbelievable actually right now at the end of this bull market. Not because it's good technology, just because the market will cycle. We always see that it's not about the technology, it's not about the fundamentals at any given point. Bitcoin's probably going to capture a lot more money in the future. It's going to go to a much higher price. And then a lot of that money is going to trickle down into other assets like ADA. And if ADA begins to move up because a little bit of money goes into it, what you're going to see is that the traders and the liquidity will follow it because people are trying to chase that gain. So, like I always say, these markets are like a Mexican wave. Money goes into Bitcoin, and then the Mexican wave starts in Bitcoin, and it goes into mediums, and it goes into micros, and then it goes into fucking tiny little gems, and the Mexican wave goes all the way down the market. So it's like Bitcoin, mediums, semi-mediums, micro caps, shitties. It's just everything, meme coins, and every sector just gets a bubble of the new flow. So ADA will probably go to a price much higher. I don't see it dying or anything. I think regardless of its fundamentals being shit, I think it still does quite well, considering that fucking Charles Hodkinson's got a good mouth on him. We'll see what happens.
I usually use the acronym BEAMS to kind of like remember the general flow. So talking about dominance, we see Bitcoin dominance is obviously uptrending still, which means that it's a Bitcoin driven upside move, which is good. What usually happens, it goes Bitcoin, B, BEAMS. Next thing is ETH and alts, right? Ethereum, altcoins, as dominance breaks, and we see dominance going into others, going into Ethereum and other things. As Bitcoin price stabilizes, it starts going sideways, and eventually it'll rotate into microcaps and stablecoins. But right now, actually, we've seen very often with like our own indicator that the asset flow is very often going with Bitcoin. Will have shitcoins going as well. So a lot of shitcoins are literally just tied to Bitcoin right now. So meme coins, 100%. That type of stuff. Yeah.
100%. There was a good chart I looked at a few years ago, which showed like the correlation between Bitcoin and other assets and the amount of pairs connected to other assets. Bitcoin's just completely interconnected with everything. So this guy says here, the underground party sounds like where I should be, legends. What do you think? Does Chainlink's tokenization thing with major institutions mean that their blockchain will be used? Or are they being used as consultants and technology presenters? It's one of those questions I just couldn't answer, mate. I don't actually know. Like, all I know is that Chainlink has a pretty good system. I quite like what they do. And I think it's a combination of connecting blockchains and then Oracle systems and allowing companies to essentially get data without having to go to a centralized party, which means the blockchain is actually decentralized. And that's just to my knowledge. I've done the fucking fundamentals of pretty much every project over the years 10 times over. I've forgotten more than I know with fundamentals of these projects. But the premise of Chainlink, I don't know this. I don't know the answer to this question. I simply couldn't answer it. But I think if they have a good market, companies, projects, and dApps can use Chainlink, right? As just use the fucking company for their system to get data, oracles, APIs, and keep it decentralized. That will keep them in the mix in terms of fundamental use. They're making money. They're a good business. The token's still live. Whether the token goes up a lot or down, that's another whole kettle of fish. But having a strong fundamental base it favors the project or the token going up in price more than others. If the sound of the fundamentals, the higher the probability that one day the token price will catch up with higher prices. Like Bitcoin, for instance, is a great example. Very strong, rigid fundamentals. If the fundamentals change of Bitcoin tomorrow and the chain broke, the price would fall because of that. But because the fundamentals are so good at Bitcoin, it allows the probability of a token price or the price of the asset to increase. The probability goes up. Okay. So that's all we can really do. We don't really fucking know what chain it's going to do, but if it has good fundamentals, the price will probably go up. Yo, back to the old days. What do you think of EOS? Fucking hell. Like, what a long time ago, eh? I think it's just kind of price-wise, have a look. Let's have a look at the price of EOS. Do you remember the EOS days, Chris?
Oh yeah. I mean,
they were some funny old
it's one of those
Dan
things,
Larimer.
man.
Yeah, Dan Larimer. Yeah, Brendan Bloomer. The weekly. It's
a previous cycle coin. This is a hard thing that a lot of people are going to have to realize, is that a lot of previous cycle coins are simply just never going to break their all-time highs as newer technologies, newer, better performing blockchain systems, layers
better
come
marketing,
out. Yeah, I mean, like, look at that thing. Just look at a high time frame. That's friggin' dead.
It hasn't done anything. It hasn't even got above this yet. Like, this is the level it needs to get above for something. Yeah. You could say, okay, looking good, but it's not. It's still, before it does that, there's nothing to look at. And fundamentally, I think the reason that this is broken in terms of, like, you know, the price action really can't get behind it is because, again, we say if the fundamentals are good, the probability of price appreciation increases. But the fundamentals are so bad on this thing, it means that the price appreciation decreases. I think what happens is with EOS now is that essentially all of the tokens are owned by a small amount of people, and those people run the blockchain in terms of the 21 block producers. And what happens is, I think that there's no way for the people who own the blocks, who create the blocks, the block producers now can't be changed. And that is essentially a centralized shitcoin. It's just a database because it's not decentralized, and that's what it needs to be. So I think that is going to affect the psychology of the long-term hodlers, and then the price action then doesn't manage to get into good upswings where traders can then take advantage of upside price action, and the price moves up and down just because of price. So it's just a difficult one, really. I don't think it's going to come back. Matthew Shrivs. What's that, mate?
No, I agree. I mean, you can make the argument that it can have a continuation move to maybe retest. Like, it'll probably get up to like $1.08 this bull cycle, maybe even $2-3. But unless something radically changes with its trajectory, like, that's pretty much doing a dragon chain, you know, one of those old 2-3 cycles ago type thing.
This is a great comment. Max, thank you for giving birth to Will. It was fucking painful. You can't my ass. It's fucking hardcore. Your baby legend. He changed my life and taught me so much. I'm now smarter than you. Yeah, Will's a genius, bro. I love him. He's been trading for probably about the same time as me. He's been in crypto for probably about the same time as me. We don't even know where he is right now, actually. He's gone a bit AWOL today. But I think he's just busy. He had a big weekend. But yeah, he's a great mentor as well. He's been trading for a very, very long time. So he's can really teach people, you know, all the way up to advanced trading. So I don't know if you're a mentor, but basically Will is one of our mentors, but he's been in the company as well, working on the indicators, etc. But yeah, guys, you can get access to all of our mentoring and Will and everybody from the private MDX Algo group. What about DCAing out? Yeah, you know, there is a good way to do DCA, and I know some people who do it, and they'll look at some sort of moving averages, or they'll look at like the P cycle top cycle indicator, or they'll look at the indexes. I do have a rule which I will take, you know, with the CBBI, and I've spoken about this many, many times. Where's the CBBI? There it is. And you know, when the CBI gets towards 100, so when it gets actually to 90 and it goes up towards 100, I do have an allocation of Bitcoin that I usually do begin to sell off every single day. Like, I do begin to buy Bitcoin every single day when it goes below 10. And actually buying Bitcoin below 10 is not just, you know, below 10. I actually DCA into Bitcoin as one of my strategies pretty much all the time, except when Bitcoin goes above fucking 90 on the CBI. That's when I'm like, okay, look, let's look at actually taking some of that allocation out. So the CBI is something I do a DCA strategy. I don't know any really other way to do it. I've been using the CBI for so many years. It's by Colin Talks Crypto. He's done a great job with it. And I think that, generally speaking, DCAing out of Bitcoin above 90 on the CBI, and I said this in 221. I've said this so many times. there's not many occasions where you don't do well DCAing out of Bitcoin when the CBBI is above 90, like just selling some Bitcoin. You know, you might wait a few months, but there's not many occasions where Bitcoin doesn't come back. Okay, so above 90, I do have an allocation. I have my portfolio split up. 25% is for, so you guys already know this, but 25% is basically DCA, 25% swing trading, 25% scalp trading, 25% investments. And then out of that 25%, which is DCA, that will be a part of that where I will sell Bitcoin. And that's going to be on an exchange. That won't be on the ledger. I have another part of Bitcoin that's on the ledger. I never sell. I have a little pie chart. Everyone's got their own pie chart. I don't know what your pie chart looks like, Chris, but we've all got our own little pie charts we look at and our like little I use coin stats. And yeah, it's good to know exactly where things are, and there is a percentage of that which I will sell at DCA. So I do agree with you. Like, what about DCAing out? I do that. I just don't do it I don't do it with my whole entire amount. You know, I don't do it with my whole portfolio. I don't know about you, Chris.
No, I mean, like the capital rotation really, and it's weird that I've kind of become this way over the years. Actually, not weird because I understand the technology. But yeah, but my Bitcoin is my capital rotation. So trading alts, trading alts and shit coins and all these other things that I do, effectively, I take profit, and yes, I do realize some in cash in order to fund my life and pay for family, work, like all these other things that I'm doing, like real life. But at the end of the day, I'm still accumulating Bitcoin. So that's just I become a fucking maxi, haven't I? Like it really
been a maxi, bro.
No, I was a profity. I was selling, like I sold Bitcoin last cycle, just once we started to get over 60K. Then we collapsed back down and I started buying again. I'm like, and then the more I get into the understanding of the importance of it, the more I'm like, yeah, if I have quite a bit of this
money. It just becomes money for everyone. It just becomes money. Like I've been saying this for years. Like I'm not called MDX Trading. I'm not called MDX Forex. I'm not called MDX fucking indices. I'm not called MDX Gold. I'm called MDX Crypto because essentially I'm a secret moon boy. Like, yeah, I'm a trader first, but like I've always known that we're all emotionally attached to our Bitcoin bags because it's just so good at what it does. Like, it's just so good at being money, and there's no other money which is better than Bitcoin. So eventually what happens is like you don't ever sell because you're just like, my way of saving is Bitcoin. Like, money is Bitcoin to me. So it kind of all comes, it's almost like all rivers lead to one place, and it's just having more Bitcoin.
And like I can pay for everything. I mean, there's lots of websites out there, lots of protocols, like Bitcoin Lightning alone. Like I use that, and I can go down. I don't live in a big city. I can go literally to a ice cream store, a cafe, and buy with Bitcoin Lightning. Like, what's a good website? btcmaps.org was a great one. You can get a Lightning wallet set up. It takes 5 seconds. You just download it. You hold it yourself. You can even use a wallet that runs your own nodes. You're basically processing your own transaction. So there's no need to have anything else. And I know that if you're using a credit card to pay for something, it's not you or your own debit card to pay for something. It's not like your money's going to the store that you're buying groceries from, right? It's going through their payment processor, sending an IOU to each other of like, oh yeah, you owe this, and they are owed this from you, and then going through all these different intermediaries, all taking their pound of flesh for no reason, and we don't need them. Like, we don't need them at all. We can. That's the whole crazy thing. Like, you don't need banks. Like, banks are dumb. That's some some ancient ass shit that we literally don't need to have anymore. What's the argument for banks nowadays? It's not.
They're not even that ancient, bro. Like, they're done. They're done. But yeah, this is someone just said to talk about the Scout Master indicator, so I'm going to show them it now.
Well, that's actually you're on the 1 hour too, so that's even quite high time frame for using it. But yeah, it still does work.
Yeah, it's still doing really well. Like, this is obviously range bound, so they haven't got the lines up, but it stops doing the trend stuff and it does the range bound. You can probably see the you can draw the lines on somewhere. Let me find the lines for you, sir. It's probably in here somewhere. Lines. Should we do staggered, shaded? Why is it not on actually? Oh, it's there. You can see it up here. So it's just a little bit higher than I thought. So you can see the white lines at the top and bottom. You can see here, that's where the range is. And then you can see these nice buy and sell signals, guys, within the range. And then also it flips on to trend as well. So you can see these areas of the bands. You can see where it has false signals. You have buy signals down here. Nice little buy signal right there at the bottom. And essentially, it's just there to give you some confluence. Not all signals are going to be perfect. Nice buy signal. There's a sell there as well coming down. Some nice little scalp buys in this range. Boom, boom. So it's very, very nice, guys. You can get lots of little entries on the scalp. It's just going through. Look at that boosh all the way down. Red on the tops. Yeah, it's really, really nice. But yeah, you guys can get this indicator, guys. This is mdxalgo.com. This is the scalp trendmaster indicator. But one of my favorites at the moment is the volume delta one we've got. But Chris, you can show that one off because you've got it set up on yours.
Yeah, no problem.
We're getting a lovely move here, guys. Let's fucking go. I'm up for it.
I just took a PT there because we're now above 69K. We've taken quite a bit of the heavy liquidity as well.
Token unlock dates. Not sure with SMT. I think all of it's unlocked. Funding fees.
I don't know.
Drop your questions. Just going through a few things. We got Matthew Lake. Oh, disagree. It's good technology. Which one are we talking about? It's good technology and we'll get better with on-chain governance this year. I don't know. Maybe this is EOS. Yeah, it's good technology and we'll get better with on-chain governance this year, making it very decentralized and scaling with input and endorsers, making it the fastest L1 along with Hydra. You know, I'll believe it when I see it. We'll see what happens, mate. It could get better, you know, and if it gets better, the fundamentals get better, then the probability of price appreciation from traders coming in will increase. You just got to see what happens. You know, with the fundamentals, you can sit around on the sidelines and have huge opportunity cost. Thing is, a lot of guys, they die on their laurels of fundamentals, saying, "Oh, but it's really good, and the technology is going to bring it to be the best chain in 3 years." And then you wait 3 years, doesn't do anything, and everything else is popping around you. Huge opportunity cost. You've got to put your money to work and have capital. You got to think about efficiency of capital. Like if you got something which you're sitting there, yes, you've invested in it, but if it takes 5 years to moon, you've lost 5 years of time. You could have been in something else that mooned and then recycled that money into that thing again. So you got to be careful. You know, you don't want to get stuck and infatuated by fundamentals when you're going to miss out on that fucking. Yeah, it's a nice gap there. That's nice.
Yeah, so we literally just grabbed. I'm on the 15-minute. Not the time frame's a good one, but yeah, we grabbed all of the local liquidity up. We're probably going to see the first kind of reversal into the structure, but potentially there's stuff stepping in above us, but it's very low leverage. If we do have a retracement now, we've got lovely structure to come back and retest. Still looking for that continuation, even locally. Everything is up until we start losing 67. Yeah, so if we lose this structure, like 67.3, 67.4 is the level to retest. But this is perfect. Like this is exactly what we want to see. We've got the majority of all the upside liquidity locally. We're seeing the first sellbacks. We're actually back running 69K. Went all the way to 69.5 on perpetuals, and yeah, everything's still
There's nothing above us, guys, on that. Like you can see on Chris's chart that between here and here, literally there and there's nothing in between it. And guess where it comes in? At the next local resistance. So we're probably going to get a pretty fast move to the upside, up to around there. Let me put your chart back up. When does it come in? Yeah, it comes in around the April Q2. Is that the April Q2 is the open or close? Does it say open?
That's the open. That's the open. Yeah, that's nice. We're still in the Q2 open. So the reason why high time frame levels like daily opens, weekly opens, monthly, quarterly, yearly, even the reason these things are retested is that when you're looking at the size, like the direction of trade, they're effectively, if you're below it, say like let's say we were below the yearly open, if we come up to it, you're effectively going to where there's established incredibly high time frame supply, which means, you know, more sellers than buyers at this price. And this is why all levels are retested, because you know, price is saying, hey, we're going to test this, to test that, and depending on how it tests structure, it can effectively tell us if it's going to have a continuation move or if it's going to gain it or just bounce right off of it. So that's quite a bit you can learn just off understanding simple price action. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, some guy here just said, I sold my old crypto to buy an MDX subscription, Now I'm buying more motherfucking crypto, baby. And I'm already up. Go, get it, go. That's amazing, man. Let's go, legend. That's absolutely amazing to hear. That's exactly what we do for people like yourself to come in, purchase the subscription, so then we can put more money into developing the indicators, developing the courses, developing the fucking mentorship programs. And then you guys basically pay us. We build a better product, which then in turn makes you more money. What couldn't be better? That's like owning a restaurant. We basically own a restaurant. You come in, you pay us, we give you the food with the money that you paid us with. We make a small profit on top to pay for our lives, and you get what you want, and we get what we want. Happy fucking business. Small business is a good place to be, guys. Seriously. Last chance to get Brett at these levels. Not sure what Brett is, but whatever. Doing some more questions. Doge, baby. You got that buy signal as well in that fucking indicator. The MDX indicators are just crushing it. That first buy signal from the swing low. You got the sell. You got the sell down.
It exited there. It exited there and then instantly flipped back to buy. Just in the last.
The long. It took basically you got buy and then it sold, took profit off that, and then got straight back into a long. Boom.
Yeah.
What's that indicator we got? Is that MDX collection, trend collection? Yeah.
That's trend collection. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just running the reason we call it the collection because it actually has 3 different types of logic in it. So you've got progressive, which is the one I like the most, just because it's quite aggressive. You also have dynamics. You're basically trying to.
I want to make this point. Within the trend collection indicator, you have 3 indicators. All right, so you have the progressive trend, you have the dynamic trend, and you have the focus. Focus is actually my favorite because focus is very simple. But look at that go. Look at that. Is that focus on? Or is that dynamic?
Yeah, that's focus on.
That's focus. Yeah, this is focus. So like this is essentially one of the oldest strategies the indicators use. It's actually one of my bread and butter strategies. So it's very simple, but it's very powerful if you use it in confluence with other indicators. Essentially, you can see on Chris's chart, it's got these blue zones which show support and resistance, and they show supply and demand. When you get signals within those areas, it gets very, very powerful. But you can see how you guys sell signal down, buy signal up. Look at Bitcoin go. Come on, man.
Profit.
Let me see.
Gets in a buy signal. Initial take profit. Also, it's harder to see here, but I can, if I zoom in, you can see it. I need to make these things better, easier to see. But these little C's, these little C diamonds, they're called confluence signals. I need to make them more highlighted so they're more visually popping. But what that is, that means since we're actually running 3 different types of trade logic at the same time, that's all 3 of them saying "long me, daddy," and that's exactly what we got.
You legend, long me, daddy. Look at this here. What the fuck is that? I got a fucking gap on the 5 minute.
70K to the dot. I love it.
Look at that chart, baby. God, it's an amazing trade. Like I was saying, we're looking at longs from 61,100. I said multiple times, guys, I'm long, but I think we're going to get hunted on this. It just feels too easy. And guess what? It just happened. Like it wasn't too easy. Like
what's going on with the
people got wrong?
It's weird though. Like we've got Bybit showing 70K. We've got Binance showing a weird gap on the perpetual here.
Yeah, look, I got a gap on mine.
I've never seen that before. Something's going on the spot price. The spot's still trading at 69.2. It didn't go to 70K. So
yeah, that's really strange. Why is Binance showing a completely different thing?
Yeah, that's really sketchy. But my default is to go to BitMEX just because that's the OG in my book. It's also if you do have BitMEX
anymore.
Dude,
it's just, like, where is it? Where is it, bro? It's just doing no volume these days, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But Binance. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is like new shit. Like,
yeah,
Binance is obviously number 1. Like in terms of have CME, which is higher than that. But seeing like Bingx and MEXC and BitGet up here, it's just nuts. Like I don't even know where BitMEX is. There it is. BitMEX is only doing 500 million a day, bro.
Yeah. Remember back in the day when like the neobutane premium funding index? That was like the GOAT.
Of course.
You could literally just it was the easiest. It was the easiest thing when BitMEX ran the show and was the majority of all the volume.
Oh my God! If you don't know BitMEX, here it is now, 500 mil.
Yeah, nothing. Like you could literally trade the funding rate, and that was it. Like you could trade the funding rate, which is just what side is incentivized, and you make free money. And now you actually got to work for it.
I know. Guys, we're going to move. We just said multiple times that we're probably going to move to next resistance. Next resistance will pop up on this screen in a second when the indicator loads. But we're looking for, if you can see on the chart, sir, 4 hour. We're looking for this level here, resistance, and then the all-time high, baby. But yeah, we were saying multiple times, guys. Yeah. There you go. Look, blue zones. This is the indicator, guys. So it's all drawn on for you. I'm on a different chart right now because for some reason Binance has done some mad shit.
It's like, very odd. Now they've caught up. But actually, no, spot price. The spot price $800 lower. What the
spot
hell?
Price on Binance is $800 lower right now.
Yeah, than the rest of everything.
That's because we're using the API on Binance on the MDX trading pool. So 68,300 is the price we've got here, and the price is 70,000.
Something's wrong with their data. Hold on, let me check X and see if Binance is experiencing some type of buggery.
I'm gonna check ETH as well from Binance. That's so weird. I'm just checking out APIs are working on a mdxalgo.com/dashboard. All looks good. Very strange. But guys, we were saying it a second ago, we're gonna get a moonshot here, and that's what we're getting right now. Let me get off the fucking beat. Yeah, so you can see, guys, we were saying from before that next logical resistance is here. That's the
there we go. It just caught up. It's gapping, dude. Something's wrong with their data. Yeah, something's wrong with their data.
Issue.
Yeah.
But guys, you see here, this is auto charting tool. So as on this, you can see on this chart, there's nothing on the chart. You click on auto charting tools, it shows you all the support and resistance, all the supply and demand zones. It shows you all the monthly, weekly, and quarterly open and closes. So we're coming up to the April open, which is here, which is bang on where we're aiming for target for first resistance. So is it back on now? Oh, there we go. So the 4 hours there. Yeah, it's back. It's back. That was fucking mental. Dude, this chart just makes me happy, man. Like, come on. Bro, we got into some decent fucking longs. Like, the bot as well has done a phenomenal job. The MDX Trading Bot on this, like, this is what we fucking made this for, dude. You have, it took all the risk out. So it got long here on this candle. It took all the risk out here, so profitable trade of 6%, and then flipped back in with, like, the difference between there and there with no risk is nothing, bro. Like, it got out here, and it jumped back in at 0.3% to then catch that. Fucking great. Absolutely phenomenal. That's completely automated. I have 25% of my portfolio is swing trading, and 50% of that amount of money is using the bot. So when I see this, I'm just like fucking laughing because it's completely automated. I don't do anything, and it's making me, you know, every 5% is going to be at least, I don't even know, like how much has been traded? A couple mil? A lot. 100K. Thank you, Bybit, and thank you, Bingx, for facilitating. Well, it's actually Bingx. Bingx is the main partner. You can get the bot on Bingx Legends. Go to the description box below. You've got to sign up with my referral link, but the referral link gives you access. Then I can monetize through fees, and then etc. I can give away the strategy for free because I would just use it on my own if I wasn't getting paid for it, basically.
So we've tested now the low structure entirely.
What have you tasted, sir? You've tasted
tasting.
You've tasted the bot. It's a very tasty one.
We tasted the 70K. Basically, the low structure from the previous high is now tested. So we're now that's a great little spot here, hitting 70K. Just front running it slightly, just on the perpetuals, but main resistance now. What we could do here, there is now, you know, it's not done yet. We're not sure, but if we do actually have some breakdown structure, we have all the levels of retest are back below us from about 67.7 to about 67.4. So we've got all the stuff back here to retest bullishly for continuation. And this is also just the SRs that are plotted, so the actual support and resistance levels, as well as supply
Oh,
and
mate,
demand.
look at the fucking Binance chart on the 5-minute again. The fuck's going on?
Yeah, something's wrong with their data feed for TradingView.
Binance is getting a bit like, it just feels a little bit, rough around the edges. Do you know what I mean? Like, I swear, like, since
Dude, I
CZ's
closed
gone.
my account. I closed my account because they
Yeah.
were entering with the GTR or GTA, whatever global transaction. So anything over 3,000 euros
No,
worth of transaction gets reported to your home
no,
country's
no, not
thing.
not Binance, bruv. Like
Yeah,
they're going down, man. Like honestly, it's almost like when Steve Jobs died from Apple, like all like new innovation and new design of product has gone to zero. Like Apple have literally just put out the same product lines and just increased the speed of them. Like there's nothing new except maybe Apple Vision. It's like the same with, I think it's the same synergy with Binance. Like I just feel like there's a little bit rough around the edges right now. There's a little bit of things happening. APIs have fallen off. The UI is horrible. You're telling me they're doing shit with the $3,000 thing. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool.
what's ETH doing? ETH is up 11%. It did the full moon shot up.
Proxy.
There we go. It ripped all the way through the liquidity. Full
What do you
send.
think about the Solana ecosystem? Seriously. Like Soul Chat and Nociana. Anything else any good? Or do you see the bear market starting when Solana becomes known for only memes and scans? I think Solana being known for memes and scans will probably make the price go up because like meme
Yeah.
coins fucking popping off. Like people will just be like, yes, I want to go and trade memes and scams. I need to buy Solana first. It'll probably make it go up, Legend.
I mean, not gonna lie, Solana I like over everything else. I think one of the fastest Solana has like one of the fastest TPS, like the transactions per second. So Solana and Sui, I think, are in the top two. Um
Solano. Look at that
Solano.
long
So
signal there, Legends. Boosh.
I, I don't see like the problem against it. I think it's still going up. I've got
Yeah.
that. I've got Sui. I've got Trio. I've got SMT. I've got a couple of these different ones. Solana, obviously.
I got some trio.
Oh yeah.
Let me leave on
Oh yeah.
reversal warnings for now, not to confuse people, because these are back to the meme. But like Leggies, like this is what we are here to do, my guys and legends. So massive moon. We're still above the EMA ribbon, which is great. We've got the W's, which are warnings to take you back to the EMA line if you want to get back other entries. And then confluent signature here, looking really nice. We ain't going nowhere, brothers. So we said at the start of the stream, guys, that it's unlikely we're going to get the resistance which was happening there. Wait for auto charting tools to load. Yeah, we've got a nice. We almost tagged it. So we were saying that this will be the next area of resistance. This blue box. This is auto charting tools. All you got to do, guys, to get this is just literally get the indicator auto charting tools, MDX auto charting tools. You click one button and it gives you all the support and resistance. And this level here, guys, we just nearly got to it. I still do think we get to it, and that'll be the first resistance. Then we'll probably come back. You can draw some trend lines on this, see if we hold trend back in, and then this thing could get crazy, guys. We're only about $4,000 off the all-time high. We know when you break an all-time high, it's a blue sky breakout with no resistance with uncharted territories expansion. So, anything can really happen. It's very likely to get explosive to the upside. So very close to the all-time high, guys. We have more shorts in the market right now than longs. We actually have, 50 fucking 50. Okay, it's bang on 50-50, maybe 0.3 more longs actually. But for there to be 50% of the market to be short at $4,000 off the all-time high with nearly $35 billion of open interest, which means there's $17 billion of shorts in the market. That's $17 billion of potential buys. This can take this to $100,000. $17 billion buys. We can go 100K. All right, easily. ETFs have been. What's the inflows of ETFs? Like a couple billion a day, Chris. Like what the fuck? Like It's nothing. 2 billion, and it's not even fucking on main open. It's not tradable on the main open market. And you got derivatives markets doing probably 100 billion on a bad day. Like it's been quite slow today, but it's probably doing 100 billion on a bad day. 250
Something
billion.
is still becoming more bullish. That is crazy.
Yeah, we're going places, bro. We're going places.
Yeah, let me look at the on-balance volume. We have that built into the crypto derivative suite, remember? Yeah, big ETF inflows. We've been uptrending on inflows since the start of the longs back on Wednesday last week. So we're uptrending now on ETF inflows.
Kelly B posting about Phemex. Yeah, I've got some PT, but I'm it could definitely moon. Exchange tokens do moon. They do moon. What's the difference in moving to an exchange to sell or swapping into USDC or another coin? What's the difference in moving to an exchange to sell?
I mean, the difference is that if you're putting in something on a centralized exchange, like I think he's talking about the risk. So centralized exchanges, it's like a bank in the sense that it's not your crypto; it's their crypto that you have access to because it's on their platform. It's FTX going down and taking everyone's crypto with it. It was because it was their crypto, not your crypto. What's the rule? Not your keys, not your crypto. But it's a great, fast, quick way to exchange. But with exchanges, like there's a give and take. Yes, a lot of them require KYC. So you have to register yourself, passport, all that jazz. But realistically, you also don't want to be using one of these scammy, shitty little exchanges because a lot of them are just flat out scams. And it's becoming more regulated, obviously. So in my mind, it's very simple. If you have tons and tons of money to swap, just pay the fee and swap it on instead of putting a couple $100,000 or something into a centralized exchange from nowhere, you can always just swap it on chain. Like you could use a DEX. That's works just as well. I just use, most of my spot crypto is off exchange on, my own wallets. But yeah, I just wouldn't.
Bloomberg, they're selling the fucking Bloomberg. Apparently, Bloomberg analysts have increased chances of ETF approval from 25% to 75%. That is going to be great for the long term on ETH. Won't really change anything on the short term, but it will be good for the long term prospect of ETH because then Ethereum will be bought by institutions which are very strong hands. They won't then sell. It'll be bought OTC. It'll be locked up, and then the price of ETH will very likely, because of supply and demand, like commodities. I always go back to the same analogy, like Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities. They trade like commodities, and the price is determined by supply and demand in commodities. That's it. The supply and demand, there'll be lots of supply taken off, and the demand will stay the same or increase. It will rise in price, sir. Saving up for my lifetime membership. Let's go, bro. You need lifetime. Lifetime means you will be growing old with me, Will, Chris, the team, the mentors, the hundreds of people in the community. You will grow old with us in the community. Bro, look at ETH. Let's have a look then. What's going on with ETH? Sorry to cut you off, by the way, Chris, if you were...
No, it's all good. So like you said about the ETH thing, I was looking at it too, just looking at some of the pro stuff.
Booshka!
Yeah, I mean, even Will got the call too. We've been pushing this, the longs going forever, so that's awesome.
Let me get off the daily and do the 4 and see where we're at. Yeah, exactly this area we're going to get above now, and it's just going to fucking rip, so... Yeah. But yeah, what's going to happen is Ethereum looks like it's going to have a moon, and then when the ETF actually happens, it'll probably nuke because everyone's buying the anticipation of the news in the future. Markets are forward thinking and forward looking, so people are buying it now, the anticipation of the approval. The approval will happen, then it'll probably be a lull phase or a down phase. Exactly what happened is with Bitcoin, where everyone bought up to the ETF happened, nothing happened, and everybody was like, what the fuck, why didn't anything happen? And it nuked. It actually went down like 25%. But that's a nice move for the Ethereum holders, the hodlers. So congratulations, the ETF, is going to happen. But yeah, buy it now and then sell the actual event. Okay, don't do the fucking cardinal error where you wait for the ETF. I remember that I literally heard people saying it, Chris. They were like, "I'm just going to wait till the ETF happens before I buy, to make sure it happens." Like, dude, you're going through the exit liquidity. So there's a lot of wreckage happening there. But nice move on ETH. Let's see if it's affected Bitcoin by any time. No. Itty Bitty is literally $4,000 off the high. We've got billions of dollars worth of shorts. And all those shorts are either, they're not going to be from before. They're all between here and here. Most of them are going to be all laddered in here, or their stop losses. So we're probably, I would say, like I said at the beginning of the stream, we come up to here. We likely get some resistance between here and here first. Back in. another higher low, probably find trend, and then we just fucking fire through this and just take out all those shorts and wait for that long to short ratio to get to at least 80% long before we see the top. That's what I'm waiting for anyway. 1 hour. Look at that long. The MDX Trading Bot is just killing it on the last two trades as well. Beautiful entry here. Exited here, taking 6% profit. Now the next trade's in, all completely automated. MDX Trading Bot. If you there's a guy called Jay in our community who uses the trading bot and the buy and sell signals together, and he absolutely fucking has found a gem of a strategy in there.
No, he's a G.
New combinations. Stochastic RSI on the weekly. I've said it from the beginning. Like having the stochastic RSI this low, it just bodes well for the bulls. You know, looking at momentum like that. Look at that beautiful trade on the trading bot. But yeah, guys, if you want to get the trading bot, it's on Bingx for free. The only thing you need to do is sign up with my referral link. When you use my referral link, I get to monetize the bot, meaning I make money for giving it to you for free. So you get a profitable strategy. I make money from fees when you trade, and then you make money. I make money. It's all a happy fucking family, and I don't have to keep the strategy for myself. But yeah, it's doing really, really nice, guys, on Bingx. All the links are in the description. And then MDX Algo, if you want to get the indicators, is another whole part of it as well. You know, me and Chris have been showing you the indicators. You know, let's have a look at the lick levels. We're getting through those lick levels real quick right now.
Yeah, so we've gotten through. We've gotten through the most of it. We've got some thick stuff above us up to about. Well, we're actually at a gap in my mind. So we've cleared over the little gap that was from about 69K to 69.5. We were pretty close to all the big stuff above us. We haven't broken down at all. If we do have a breakdown, yeah, we just target like the previous range high, probably down to about 67.8, down to about 67.3 for a hold continuation. Liquidity to the downside is so far below us. We would literally have to fail the weekly open and fail 66K for us to start targeting stuff at 63K. So effectively,
look at this guy.
Until you lose this. This is like the block not to lose.
Yeah, exactly right. Like we said, we were saying before on the stream, we said it's not time to get short. We literally said it multiple times, not time to get short. You're waiting for longs. You're not getting into positions and you're chasing the price. If you are going to get into a short, you wait for the nuke, hit support, rally up, lower high, bing, bash, bong. Crypto Sam just said, big short incoming. I wouldn't bother, brother. I wouldn't bother. I would just say to you right now, don't bother. Even if it does nuke, right, and you shorted the very, very top, it was gambling. Wait for the high probability, logical setups for shorts. You do not short. Wait for it to nuke first.
This is for taking profit. This right now is for taking profit. This is not for.
Look at that buy signal. Look at the guys. You don't get it. The indicators and the trading bot combined. Look at this chart. The buy signals don't miss. They can't miss because it's automated. Look at the fucking back-tested strategy look at the back-tested data on the bottom right. It's crazy. What is that, 3.6%?
Yeah, on the current trade.
I don't have a gap there. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Lads, look at the minute or at least Binance candle low. I know it's lagging, it's fucked. I'm a bit far. Okay, guys, redo your questions. If I miss your question, I'm really sorry, but I need to catch up with all the questions. So go into the chat and redo your questions right now. We're going to answer all the questions and just go through stuff. Your MDX, Peng is having a nice pump today. Is it really? Maybe look at Peng. Is Peng having a pump? Peng is having a bit of a pump. Peng is acting a little bit. Peng! I think Lord Dumpy will be fucking happy. I think he's still in this.
Oh, yeah, he's still in.
Getting a bit of Peng. Let's have a look at the bot a second. Trade history. So, yeah, it's up 5.1% now. Surely it should be another trade, though. It's in a new trade now. Trade history. Yeah, so it must be in current positions. So right now, the bot.
I have it on current positions. So this thing's been long since Friday.
Let's have a look.
64% up since the long.
Killing it. No, I was just looking on here. I was looking on the actual. So current positions 4.7% up on the bot on Bingx, and then you've got the trade history. The last trade was 5.9. So two really nice trades, guys. And obviously, all we need is a bit of lev to jack. I just trade on 1x because I'm conservative. I don't need to jack up the numbers. But let's have a look at what you've got in your chart, Chris. Yeah, you've got the trend. You're looking at trend progressive right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I put progressive back on. So
yeah,
I'm on a shitcoin, so I usually have to be more aggressive. But yeah,
MDX
buys are
Chicago.
in. It's got confluence signals. It's gaining levels. Like,
I don't, Stefan. I don't know if it got approved. I think the probability of it getting approved rose, but I don't think it got approved today.
Yeah,
Did it get approved on
25
Monday?
to 75. The
But it hasn't
23rd.
been approved, has it?
No, I think the 23rd is the final decision date. So I think they're
How can we
gearing
set
up
up blue
for that.
boxes? Let me show you. So auto charting tools is my favorite indicator from the MDX algo suite. So obviously I use my own indicators in my own trading, but if you get rid of these two here, auto charting tools is this. Okay, so auto charting tools is what it says on the tin. So it literally automatically charts for you. So if you come on this chart like this on the 4 hour, you have all these lines, all these things going on, which are manually drawn. But auto charting tools is an automatic tool, as you see here, where if you've got all your lines, you're like, are they really right? Then boom, you're like, okay, now I've got confluence. This area is resistance. This area is resistance. You've got support down here and here. And if you go to high time frames, you can do it on every single time frame. But if you want to draw on auto charting tools, go into your settings and just screenshot the screen right now, put on supply and demand, and then put your colors in. You can put SR in as well. So the difference between support and resistance and supply and demand, theoretically, they are the same thing. But support and resistance is more of a level or a line on your chart. So it's like one level,
dude,
one
you're
line,
using
one
the older
level.
version. You're using the older version.
I'm using the older version because I just like how I've set it up, but I do need to update it. I already know that. But
the new version allows you to change the supply and demand zones based on time frame. So if you're trading on
I do know. Bing did show me. Bing did show me, but I just need to update it. But you can see here, guys, you can see the levels, the supply and demand levels here, the blues, and you see these other lines as well, which show you support and resistance. So you can actually put both of them on. But for me, supply and demand is good enough with the order blocks. So we could even call it order blocks in terms of supply and demand. But yeah, so that's how you set it up. And it essentially will give you the market opens, the weekly, monthly, quarterly opens and closes. It will give you the support and resistance levels, the supply and demand levels. And with the new update, there are some other bells and whistles. I haven't updated it yet because I'm a simple old man and I just like my fucking SR levels. And that's what I use anyway. But in terms of the update, you can probably show them, Chris, as well on your chart in a second, what they can do on the next update. If you could please, can you show the Scoutmaster? I just did, bro. I showed it. Maybe I'm going to the wrong. Lord Drake, I showed it. Max, let me talk for fuck's sake. There you go, Johnny. You can talk, brother. What do you think about ETF approval? Is it possible on first try? Yeah, I think after the Bitcoin one, potentially yes. Hey, can we have another drunken stream? I don't think they will, though. They'll probably postpone it as many times as they can. And then,
that's the last one.
Oh, so yeah, it'll happen then. I think it'll probably get approved. We're not doing it. Okay, can we have another drunk stream, sir? We had a pretty big one, bro, recently. Like, I can't lie. Like, we had one where I literally sat here, like completely delusional, listening to Elton John drunk. So I think we had one recently, bro. And also, if you don't know, you need to add me on fucking Instagram because I do other drunk streams on Instagram. So go and add me on Instagram. How high ETH will go? He put high as in like hello. How high ETH will go? Look, it's going to probably be a blue sky. Bitcoin's going mental right now, legends. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it, leggies. Please, just thank you, itty bitty. Sometimes I think to myself, is the itty bitty going to behave? I wake up in the morning, I think, is it going to behave today? And I have to say that this long from down here at 61.1, it never got hunted, bro. It just went for it. And that's the long to short ratio for you. These fuckers don't know when to quit. They short the wrong time. 50 shorts at 3K off the all-time high. Do you understand? They love it. Like,
But see, this is the same mentality. We talked about this at the very beginning when price was still trading. I mean, what when we started streaming, it was down here at like 68K. We're building and
show you a chart.
higher. And what did we say? It's like, guys, it's going up. Don't try to short this. And people who missed the move, they're still in the mentality of, oh, short incoming. I got to short this, which is great. I love it. Like the more people that say that in an uptrend, it just means that we're going to continue. That's it.
It's finally going to hand my notice in at work. I reached my goal. Mate, Jay, fuck me. Good fucking man. That's a big accomplishment. The day you can turn around, like, honestly, it's kind of like the day you can say fuck you to your boss is the day you actually become a man. It's like everyone thinks you become a man when you turn 21 or 25. It's like, no. The day you can just put your fucking resume and throw it in the bin and go to your boss and say, fuck you, bro. I don't work for you. You fucking work for me now. I'm buying the company. That's the day you become a man. Shorting on the bull run.
Maybe he's a nice boss. Maybe you don't have to. I wouldn't burn bridges, but there was one guy who won the lottery and then took a shit on his boss's desk.
That's just the best way to go. You got to go out with a bang, and it needs to thump the desk.
Like he literally typed up his what was he saying? His resignation letter, and then he just plopped it on his boss's desk and like shit on it. And but this is probably a 20-year-old story, but it was hilarious.
I don't know. I'd never even heard that, the dump on the desk. Maybe that's an American thing or a Swedish thing.
That's an American thing, definitely. Probably like a Florida
Lord
thing.
Lord Drake, I done it, sire. I did it for you, sire, Lord. I did it for you multiple times. I put Scoutmaster on the chart. Lord, come on.
Be funny if it was. I can't see the data being wrong on Binance, so I think it might be an API issue with TradingView on TradingView side. But
yeah,
if Binance was the one halting it, then shit, you're probably
5 minute looks fucking jacked up. Look at that 5 minute shit. It's probably TradingView. Come on, Binance. If that's you, like you're losing, you're getting rusty as fuck. Binance is getting rusty.
Yeah, they're still down on spot, like compared to everything else. They're $500 down on spot.
Yes, we will do another drunk stream soon. I think we've got a thing with this where it's just like redoing it. Maybe I asked everybody. Your mate Gareth just went live. For fuck's sake. Oh. He's just going to tell everybody to short. And then thanks, actually, Gareth. Please go live and tell everybody short. So I continuously get richer and richer and richer from everyone who gets stopped out from my longs at $60,800. I can't, honestly, man. I said on stream the other day, I was like, look, let's see what happens. We're long because of the reasons I stated on my Twitter. I said, guys, in my VIP group, and I said
on the 5 minute. On the
I said, yes, guys, my hunch is that we hold. I think it's a nice, easy 1% stops in the last week. It might get hunted a few times. So I was saying it might get hunted, and then we have to re-enter and do all that kind of shit if we break down to the 1%. But I thought we were going to get hunted a few times because it just felt like the most simple long ever. And like, you know what? These people are getting that shit wrong. It's just like, sometimes you just don't have to worry. Like most of the time you get hunted, you have to re-enter, fucking move stops, bullshit. It's a sweaty job getting into a good position. But this time, we just got away with it, legends. Literally long, and then it never looked back. Getting a bit of a wick there, but let's see what happens. It'll probably just come back to trend in terms of the EMA line on MDX trend collection. MDX trend collection, guys, is Z indicator, which will help you just in terms of if you're a complete newbie, beginner trader, it will just give you the buy and sell signals. You can then use it in confluence with some other stuff, and then you'll probably do quite well. Yeah, looking at the liquidation heat map, nearly all shorts have been liquidated, closed out. Yeah, so bring up the liquidation heat map, which we have. Are you there, Chrissy?
Yep, I'm on it. So we got into the major short liquidity. I mean, again, Binance Perpetual showing some weird shit like gapping up along with everything else. But yeah, we've taken out all of the short liquidity pocket that we put out in the newsletter and everything else earlier today. We talked about the upside continuation move. effectively just ripping through to the upside. So that's entirely done. There's no major long liquidity until we effectively start losing the lows at 65.8, 66K. So, yeah.
Selling all of my bitty, this is the top. You're not really going by much. You know, let's actually like play a little bit of devil's advocate with this guy and say, okay, let's just do a fib on this from the high to the low. Where are we coming in at? You know, it is a 786 retracement, baby. There could be a little bit of resistance here, and it would line up quite nicely with this as well. You can see on the higher time frames, this is the block. So it wouldn't surprise me to get some resistance between here and here for sure. Come back in, find support on trend, and then boom it off. So you always got to think about each side, bro, of the chart. But we're coming up to 786 retracement on the Fibonacci retracement. There's a little dumpy short there, and also we are coming into the resistance quite rapidly. You can see by auto charting tools, like that guy asked earlier. Let me get rid of the fib now. I don't need that. But auto charting tools, we have just about got into it. You know, we're just getting towards resistance, so there might be a little bit of front running. Obviously, the textbook's the textbook, but it's not always. You know, the textbook doesn't always happen perfectly. So this level we're close enough to see some resistance. And then you just draw a trend line. To be honest, I'll just do it now just so everyone's like, yay, you know, there's a trend line. Obviously, guys, me and Chris and everyone on this channel, we don't put a lot of weight on trend lines, especially with 2 points of data. But it is a good way to trace out what's happening. And what is happening, guys, is you have a low, a higher low, and very likely you could get another one. And then, you know, that's just tracing the fucking chart out. Trace that shit, man. Actually, that's the wrong chart to do it on because this is the different price. Well, I suppose I should leave it on this price because this is working right now, but the perpetual futures on Binance has been a bit weird, isn't it? Been a bit weird, sire.
Very, very strange, actually. Like,
I haven't
very
seen much like that at all. Right, let's get that up. We can get rid of this trend line now because it's played out. Everything's happened. Let's bring up this chart as well. We've got this as going back to Q. Fucking, this is ages ago, 69.3. That's the high of 2021 bull market levels. Let's keep it simple and just trace it out nicely. Yeah, so it's basically just tracing on this in terms of this is where the level is. I'm actually going to change that and make it so we've got a little bit more levels to look at. So that other level it's all the way back there. It's literally coming in at the all-time high here. So what I'm going to do, it should be drawn on this chart, to be honest. All-time high in the place to be. We want to bring it into the all-time high. There we go, brothers and sisters out there. I do some chart cleanup soon. You know, when you just do a big flush out on a weekend, you just get everything sorted out. And you just look at your charts, you're like, yep.
It's always good to refresh your charts, like clear everything off and rechart stuff periodically.
Yeah, I do it at least twice a week, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just like plot a chart and keep it plotted like the same way for years.
Years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
good
to
Yeah, it's always good to, in my mind, not only just to clear everything out, but then plot it again inverted, so you can try to remove your bias to positions.
Oh yes,
this looks great though. This looks great. If it does have a pretty hard snap back, it would snap back to like 67.7, but there's no evidence of it yet. We're just getting into this kind of like high points of liquidity. Not really worried about it until it starts losing, like I said, 66K.
Yeah, it's been on your chart this whole time, I think.
Yeah. But ETH still, I mean, geez, ETH is it's literally just tagged its low structure from back in April. So that upside move cleared out all of the liquidity going back a month and 10 days. So 40 days instantaneously of short liquidity just wiped. And
I'm just showing my chart one sec. Yeah, just carry on there. I'm just doing something. I want to just show some people this. So guys, just want to say a little bit of change on the chart. But like I said, me and Chris And most people who are in my community, we train everybody this. Trend lines are not tier 1 part of analysis. Trend lines are just like, okay, look, we've got a low, a higher low. Maybe in the future we'll get another higher low and then continuation that way. But it's just tracing what's happening. It's not like, oh, it has to come perfectly to the line, because the line doesn't mean anything, because the price is like a skyscraper. It's not sideways and diagonal. It's linear. It is like that, sideways, not diagonal. And then, yeah, so you have low, higher low. It could potentially come to this area of resistance and then back in, fanny around here, and then, then we continue. And that would be absolutely fine. And that's why I'm drawing this trend line here. But don't go on your chart now and then copy my chart and make it so it looks the same with this trend line and be like, oh, but it needs to come back to trend to get the third touch. No, it's just tracing, just showing what might happen. You don't want to get too, kind of confused with these trend lines. Don't put too much weight on them. But look, Bitcoin's going for it right now. We're coming up to first resistance. We're only a couple thousand, $3,000 off the all-time high right now. Long to short ratio, what we're looking at. Stuff like your chart. What are you looking at, Chris? You're looking at the lower time.
I'm just looking at the open interest, because we're nuking open interest in this upside move.
Like, oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. This is awesome. This is exactly what you want to see. If open interest is going down and the price is going up, what's happening? It means that shorts are being forced to close as price is accelerating and using those shorts to effectively move price higher.
Dogecoin's up a lot. ETH's up 11% right now. Lovely.
Yeah. And somebody mentioned it earlier in a comment, and I forgot to say anything, but yeah, Doge, with the fact that X is moving to become a payment processor. So the plan, it looks like, is X into a payment processor, like everything app. So it's social media, payment processing, all this different stuff, which awesome. I love it. I love the idea of it. And yeah, Doge will probably do very well off of it as well.
Closed out 300% plus trades today. I am happy. Well done, my friend. If you win 3 trades, probably take a break, sit on the sidelines, and don't overtrade yourself. MDX is the plug. Clipped. Fire segment.
Win short squeeze, sir. HB, dude, we're in it.
Happening right now. Happening right now.
They're literally happening right now. This is a short squeeze.
He literally make everyone worried on that drunk stream, though. Danny, why were you worried? What was like everyone seems to be like, that was that I was worried about you. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm fine. I just got absolutely blasted. Like, you gotta remember, as a trader and as someone who does investing, trading, analytical numbers, and all this kind of shit, every now and again, you just need to blast off and just completely forget that you're even a human being with vodka. And that's what I do. That's how I blow off steam. And literally steam comes out of my ears. And it's all absolutely hilarious, because vodka and partying with your mates, there's nothing funnier than going out with your mates and just all getting like physically and mentally impaired together. Just you're slowly like making it more and more difficult to create sentences, walk, have stability, control your emotions. You're making things more, it's just making things, everything difficult, more and more difficult to just do things normally. It's just absolutely hilarious. But please tell me what I was doing in that drunk stream on the thing right now. A few $100 difference between BTC price on Binance and other exchanges. Very strange. Everyone smash Z like button for the bitty pump. Yes, Jack. You are a fucking G. Everyone smash Z like button.
Well, Stu's here.
Like. Wait.
Stu says what's up. Send it.
StuTube. Yeah, fucking love StuTube. StuTube's just a staple, dude. It's just like when you hear StuTube in the building, you're just like, yep, I'm in the right place. No. Did I miss a drunk stream? Yeah, I did a drunk stream the other day. 70,400. I'm just getting lost. There's so many questions coming. I don't want to miss any, but I'm just getting fucking wrecked. Awesome 4-hour close for sure. Gareth is long on it. Where's he long from? He doesn't trade. He's a liar. He doesn't trade. Gareth Soloway does not trade. Like, he's not a trader. He just has an education company. The fuck did Gareth do to his hair?
Yeah, I just watched him. He chopped that silly top knot ponytail apparently. And now he just looks like a balding man in his 40s.
He's not a trader. He's a failed trader turned education guru. He's like those guys who sell snake oil on the street. The joke. What do you think of DOT, guys? You still believe?
I never believed.
I never
DOT,
believed in it, bro.
I mean,
we can't see what you're
breaking
doing.
above stuff. Like DOT probably is going back to $8, but it's still at its local resistance. DOT needs to squeeze out of where it literally is in resistance right now to go higher. So that's kind of like the issue that I have with it. It's, yeah, I mean, it's at the local level to fail. It should just, if the market continues, so if we get a capital rotation now where Bitcoin goes a little bit sideways, dominance drops off, volume drops off, we want to then see some local capital rotation into alts so alts can get moving. And then you're looking for a pop right to its yearly open. The problem I have with DOT is that it's under its yearly open. It's under everything. Generally speaking, alts that aren't performing well in the year, if everything else is in an up year and DOT is below its yearly open by, well, I don't know, 10%, it's not really promising. But I would say that you have a very high likelihood to squeeze to test that yearly open. Very high likelihood.
Nice head. And, bruv, what's going on in the chat? People just love it, don't they? 170 million in short liquidations does not surprise me because everybody, 2 million on the buy right there on Binance, on mdxalgo.com/dashboard. If you guys want to monitor this shit, come over to the old Dashy. Pop that in there. Come over to the old Dashy, sire. Lol, this isn't the top. Just dry for price discovery to $80,000. You know, I think we'll probably get something around here. You know, between here and here, I think it's quite likely we do get, you know, some sort of retracement back to support in here. It wouldn't surprise me to come back in, find support here. You get that. Can you see my chart, by the way?
Or even we do a little bit of a wick down and scare people.
Yeah, it might do, freaks and cunts out. Like, between here and here, you come in, it might break to like here, rally back up, go whoa, and then it continues like that. And everyone's like, oh my god, and then just continues.
Yeah, that's because you got to think all the major liquidations we've taken out now. So it's starting to price is slowing down effectively because we've taken out the most significant liquidations. Now everyone still seems like they're shorting for some reason. Even after breaking up and making these like a couple K up moves. So yeah, the move up is going to continue until enough people start flipping their bias to go long, and then the majority that have now flip-flopped back to long after we've already broken out and made new local highs, then price is going to start retracing, and yeah, that's generally how that works. Chart not readable, please zoom in.
So guys, auto charting tools. So MDX Trendmaster auto charting tools. It's my favorite indicator. I use on every single chart. I never don't have it on because it just saves you so much time. So the blue areas you see here, which show you the support and resistance zones on the order blocks, if you want to call them, or where the price has. The way it works, it comes down and then it calculates the wick and then where the body of the next candle is. And if it's higher than the wick and the body starts and it breaks that prior candle, then that means that there's support. So you can see here that every single time you get these moves up, you can see this is finding different areas of support. 4 hour will be up here, these nice areas where you can see these next areas of resistance, because flip it on the other side, you get into the same calculation but inverted. So these are really, really good levels to look at for support and resistance. And to turn on the Shizm and Nizza, just screenshot this, guys, but supply and demand, turn on supply and demand at the top. And then these will pop up on your screen. And then you'll be able to use them. I use them on every single chart. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I love using them. They're great. It makes my life happy because it saves me time and effort. And I do enjoy saving time in the pursuit of being a legende.
There's a couple of things that have not gone yet. I'm just looking at a couple different alts. Like SHIB has not gone. SHIB is still in a squeeze ever since its highs from back into the beginning of March. So a lot of these meme coins that still haven't gone, we're seeing the capital rotation right now. So Bitcoin dominance is actually down as people are smash entering on ETH and stuff like that. So watch alts right now, especially things that haven't made their squeeze up, have a big potential to potentially do so. Lito's doing its big squeeze.
I'm loving these moves, legends. I'm loving these moves.
Yeah.
I'm loving these moves, man. I'm loving these moves, man. Yo, we got Stu in the building. Got Viking. Send it. Yes, Stu. Lol, everyone was so worried about you trying to have fun. It's like nobody has drunk themselves into a coma before. Bro, drinking into a coma is like my fucking favorite hobby. Like, you go out, you get absolutely blasted, you forget everything, you wake up with a huge hangover, and the beauty of waking up with a massive hangover is that it allows you to then build back to just feeling normal. But the building process of getting yourself to feeling normal is like you're achieving something. So you get to become normal again, but you get to enjoy the process of achieving something to become normal. That's sick as fuck. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to become normal again, and it's like a fucking massive, it's a massive achievement.
Great for being normal. Arkham, I'm just looking at one.
Yeah, it humbles you and makes you grateful because you're like, I just want to feel normal. That's power. Good arbitrage.
Yeah, Arkham's a great one. Like the function of it. I don't know if you guys have used that, like Arkham. We've used that a lot or I've used that a lot. I don't know, a couple of the coaches are using that quite a bit to investigate some of these small caps, shit coins, and really small projects to investigate the tokenomics of it. It's an incredibly good due diligence tool for guys who are actually looking at fundamentals. To understand the allocation to, say, team or influencers and stuff like that. So it's a really high use case, and the token's doing exceptionally well.
Something just feels like it's in the air this summer. Reckon we're going to have a generational run and all-star summer like when you finished school, uni back in the day. I do think this could be, if we're going to get something nuts, like we're getting closer and closer and closer. It's either this cycle or next, but it could be this cycle because of the crazy ETF potential ability for it to scoop up a huge amount of supply. And if it's going to happen, it's this cycle or the next, really. And I think it could do the God candle is coming. The God candle's coming. Thoughts on Arkham? I like the technology of Arkham for sure, but I don't know much about PA. Maybe you can bring up a chart, Chrissy boy. Funny thing with DOT is that the chain is solid. Never failed from what I've heard, but it is not designed for new users. Overcomplicated. Yeah. If you want to use the dashboard, guys, go to mdxalgo.com/dashboard. That's on the screen. And if you want to check out the old trading bot, go to mdxalgo.com/trading bot as well. So that's the thing you see on the screen. I'll find actually the URL link for you, leggies.
Yeah, Arkham's looking really good on the day. It's looking a little bit locally overbought, but it's got great levels to retest if it does break. Yeah, it looks fine. It's really close to its Q2. The Q2 is effectively the last stop before you start retesting its all-time highs. So
let me get out your chart. What's that? We're not even on your chart. What's that?
That's Arkham. Somebody was asking for it. Yeah, you've tagged like literally to the dot the local resistance level. So you're having a little bit of comeback, and you want to see this hold. If you hold this to the previous that level there, WO1, that's just the previous weekly open. So you can have that option on auto charting tools. So this looks like it wants to hold. If it does break the weekly open there, then you get a potential failure back below. But again, right now with the upside moves and everything, I'm not shorting until we have some type of like pretty clear break of structure, even on lower time frames for Bitcoin. That's like the only thing that get me. I mean here, like low time frames, yeah, we're losing a little bit. That was the failure. Yeah, wait, so we're at the level of hold.
What, bro? Sorry, mate, cut you off. Go on.
No, I'm saying like, yeah, I mean, we failed the ups, like even on like the one, you can do this stuff on the 1 minute, on the 3 minute. I like the 3 minute better. I just don't understand, but yeah, we've lost some of the upside structure and like the low time frames, but it's not anything problematic. Like even on the 3 minute, it's literally there. That was the failure that lost the gain that took you to the high. So that's the level to regain to go back up to 70K. So gain this to go
Gainy.
there. Until that happens, you are in a local little downtrend. Itty bitty
Yeah,
small.
apparently this guy said that my favorite part of the drunk stream was when a chick was trying to wake you up with her baps out. That sounds fucking hectic. I can't remember that.
Did that happen?
Yeah. It's actually really lucky because I don't remember anything, but I remember banging the chick on this chair at one point. So imagine if I had just forgot, like the stream was on, I would have literally have just been blasting a full blown porn film because the camera's aiming straight on this chair. I remember at one point I was just sitting like this, and she was just like on top of me and just looking that way and just everything going on. So imagine how mental that would have been if the stream was just on and I was just so pissed I didn't even know, and I was just literally just getting like just having some chick riding me doggy style, like. Mate, that would actually be like you're getting off you. You'd be taken off YouTube for that. I would actually lose the YouTube channel for that.
Yeah, that would be catastrophic.
That would have been like, you are not coming back from that. But I swear it must have been on because I don't know when it was off. Like, maybe when was that? Then that must have been the morning. Then that must have been when I must have sobered up a little bit and woken up. And then I literally it was like that she was facing that way away from me, just with her arse here. Imagine how fucking hilarious the comments would have been. Just Greeners passed out, getting absolutely blasted. What about cup and handle? Yeah, I was freaking cup and handling her freaking shit.
Jeez.
We just need to adjust the screen, please. What do you mean adjust the screen, Stuart? I don't understand. What are you trying to adjust?
What are your thoughts on AI coins and FET? One of the better charts. I haven't looked at FET in a while. I can go look at it real quick.
Oh, I can't see the numbers. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, kind of looking at a screen within a screen. We'll just call out the numbers, okay? Like with a Bitcoin.
FET looks good. FET looks good. Like it once FET like SHIB and some of these other things. Like FET's actually a very high, good token. Effectively, like that's looking pretty sweet. In my opinion, that looks like it wants to squeeze to the Q2. It's getting close. The only way you can even get bearish on this now is if it loses the weekly and then loses the May. So you've got to lose 2 levels for it to get bearish, to get downside trend or upside trend broken. Because currently it's upside trending on the lower time frames. Higher time frame, yes, it's broken down, but realistically, what does it need to gain back? Like that on a higher time frame. And then you're squeezing this probably to this structure in the Q2.
Yeah. This guy, Timo, from SMT. No, I'm joking. Timo asks, can you set up the bot with Bingx with lower leverage if I activate it? Now, yeah, you can use 1x. You can use 1x. You can choose your leverage. We have a whole guide for you to choose it. But if you go on Bingx, go to the trading bot side of it. Just go to the URL. Go to mdxalgo.com/trading bot.
I see what the problem is, Stuart. You need to adjust your settings on YouTube, man. Like go click on the little spinny wheel thing at the bottom right and adjust it to improve the streaming quality. Your streaming quality is defaulting low. There you go. That should fix it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be doing that. Yeah, go to that. Go to that on the screen.
I gotta get out of here in a little bit. I can't stay too much later. It's getting late for me.
Yeah, it's late for me, mate. It's 12:30, but I'm just kind of enjoying it. The questions are kicking off. Yeah, you can bounce, bro. All good.
Let me just let's see. Yeah, you still on
I'm gonna finish a few more questions.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was
Well,
answering that question. Yeah, just basically you go on Bingx, mate, and then you can choose your own leverage. So just choose your own leverage on the bot. You can put it to 1x, do whatever you need. Just use the link in the description, grab an account, and then you can use that bot for free. But it's, yeah, you just basically sign up on that. Let me just go through the last questions and we'll wrap it up. Flashbacks. What was that, Chris?
No, I was just looking at trading light and everything.
Yeah, let me
No
whip it
crazy.
up.
It all looks good. It all looks good. I don't see anything dangerous.
I let it rip at 9% leverage. 9%? You mean 9x? Well done, Stefan. All right. That's all the questions. But I think you're right. You know, it's Bitcoin's ripping. Just to kind of wrap it up. If you have a look at all the indicators and stuff, it's all looking fine. Auto charting tools. I've flipped up my charts a little bit. You've basically got this level here, which goes back all the way to the very all-time high price, which actually correlated with this first massive nuke. So the first time we came to the all-time high price, we had this big snapback, which is what you find a lot with all-time high prices. You get these big nukes off it. And yeah, you have support, resistance. This next area of resistance will probably come in between here and here. We'll likely get something back in. Probably come maybe even like that, you know, fuck around. And then maybe we'll get it later on in the week. I think we've probably got a few more days. But if it does come all the way up here and then just stops and just literally just does like that, it could just literally just go absolutely ballistic, guys. So yeah, I would say the probabilities we do get some resistance between here and here, probably back down into it for another higher low. If we don't get it, guys, it could be really exciting. And I would say, like, for the bulls, we're in our positions from down here. Let the market run. The MDX Trading Bot's long as well. So it's interesting times, man. We'll see if we get the big blow off top, sir.
Or just continuation.
Yeah, CME is on fire. They're $500 above spot. Very good to see.
Are they still? Yeah, they are. That's awesome. They were trading a little bit behind because this looks like retail liquidity driven, like liquidation driven. But if the fact that they're back in contango is good. You want to impress some people with some big words, contango. If the CME is trading at a premium compared to the normal price, that's in contango. If it's trading below the market price, then it's in backwardization. So big sexy words.
You are sexy with your big beard, chopping down those trees with your big arms. It's nice.
But yeah, to get anywhere of liquidations, we'd have to go back down to like 66K and below. The structure now to retest bullishly is down at 67.2, 67.3. Effectively, that structure, just this stuff right here. If we get a bullish back test, losing that is what breaks us back into this liquidity. So until we do that, it's upside. Everything's long trending. You're looking to continue until we actually lose something. And yeah, this is for taking profit.
Dream.
Yeah, this is for taking profit. And that's what we said. So we have taken some profit.
All right, legends. Yeah. Oh, we didn't do the giveaway. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. You have a good one. Have fun with the giveaway.
I'm gonna have to roll it. I'll have to roll it over for a double whammy next week. Like, fuck. Should I do it? Okay, guys in the chat, tell me. Do you want the giveaway or should I roll it over? It's already nearly 1 a.m. Whoops. Oh god, Stefan's like giveaway.
All right, yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna bounce. You have a great one. That was a fun
See
stream.
you later, dude. See you later,
Ladies,
dude.
dudes. See you, everybody.
Give me your giveaway. Oh god, I'm knackered. Give me Legende. Do it. Oh no, I need to fucking sleep. Everyone's just screaming giveaway in the chat. No need for giveaway. I can take it. Oh god, you legends. Roll it over now. Guys, in the chat, what do you think? Oh, no. If I roll it over, I'll do a bigger one. So I'll throw some crypto in it as well. What do you say now? Buy the lifetime membership. Yes, it's worth it. Yeah, lifetime will get you in the mix. You will never ever not know what's going on in crypto again. It'll just be crypto, crypto, crypto at the end of your life. I'm gonna roll it over and do some crypto legends. I'm absolutely knackered. I've been on stream for nearly 3 hours. We'll roll it over, but we'll do it. I'll do it in my next stream. Whatever the stream it is, I'll do it in my next stream. I'll do the giveaway. And then next week we'll roll it over and we'll do a big amount of crypto in the giveaway as well. But guys, you got like 250 people in here. You're all legends. I appreciate you guys watching the stream. Hit the like button on the way out. And yeah, a lot of you guys are probably in the community, the VIP community. If you go to mdxalgo.com, you can become a lifetime member of the VIP community and stuff. And overall, yeah, it's just been a good time to do the streams and everyone's in here. So you are all fucking legends. I will see you on the flip side. I'm doing an event soon as well, so I'll announce that as well soon. We'll be doing an event. But yo, I'll see you on the flippers, guys. I'll roll it over, and I will be back next week and be streaming in the next couple of days. You're all legends. See you on the flippers.